On a simply beautiful day for football here in Norfolk, Virginia, we're set to begin the 2019 season as Old Dominion takes on the Spartans of Norfolk State University. Hi, everybody. Ted Alexander here with Andy Mishaw. Andy, the football game, one thing, but today's top story is really the brand new stadium the Monarchs will move into.
I'm wandering around trying not to get lost up there. This place is huge, and I can tell you it is loud. The way it's designed, it will hold sound.
We're talking more about the stadium and get you inside there in a moment, but let's talk about this football game. Fourth meeting between the Monarchs and the Spartans. They've all been pretty tight.
Yeah, you think FBS, FCS, it's not that way. Biggest margin of victory, 17 points. These have all been pretty tight games, and this one could be too. This is a Norfolk State squad that comes in sixth best pass defense in the country last year in FCS. Most of that is back. Nigel Chavis, they're all everything linebacker, holding things down in the middle. They moved to a 4-3. Could be interesting. They got veteran safeties, a veteran quarterback. This is not going to be a walk in the park.
It's the first game of the year for both teams, so we've got lots of questions. What'll happen? Who knows? That's why we're here to bring it to you. Coming up next, we'll take you inside the brand new Cornbow Field at SB Ballard Stadium. Stay with us.
Who give back to their communities. We're committed to excellence. We are stronger together. That's the CUSA way.
Well, the fog is clearing and we are ready to roll. Live from Cornblow Field at SB Ballard Stadium, this is the 2019 college football season beginning tonight for Norfolk rivals Old Dominion University and Norfolk State University. Hi, everybody. Ted Alexander, Andy Mishaw, Doug Ripley at the brand new Cornblow Field at SB Ballard Stadium. Pre-game pyrotechnics had a little more oomph to them tonight here, Andy, as this venue opens after a hectic 9-month build.
80-year-old Foreman Field down in about, 2 weeks or so? And then they started construction on this, and man, did it pay off. This is a nice facility. It is not huge, but it is well done, and it is loud. It catches sound.
I believe the last number they gave me that would be capacity, and it's sort of a fluid thing as they figure out where they can put people, 21,944. One of those people is on our broadcast crew. He's on the sidelines, just saw the fireworks, the bombs bursting in air. Let's say good evening to Doug Ripley.
And what a beautiful evening it is for college football. You guys were talking about the brief timeline, turning it around from Foreman Field to now Cornblow Field at SB Ballard Stadium. In construction terms, this is pretty close to a miracle, what the folks at Old Dominion University and SB Ballard Construction Company pulled off, making this all happen in such a short period of time. It's going to be a lot of fun to see us really crack a champagne bottle on this as the Monarchs and the Spartans get together. Two teams that are separated by just 4 miles apart and usually play a pretty close game against one another. We expect maybe something of the same here today.
Hugely important game for both teams. You want to get the season off to a good start. You want to erase last year. The Spartans were 4-7. The Monarchs were 4-8. And Andy, the future is now as the captains are at the middle of the field going through the pregame instructions with our referee, Billy Williams. Let's check in.
Norfolk State has won the toss, elected to defer. Old Dominion will receive. Men, shake hands. Let's have fun.
There you have it. The Spartans deferred, so the Monarchs will get the ball for the first possession of the 2019 season, and it's time to talk about our Toyota Return for a Ride contest. Lisa Wilson registered at ODUsports.com. If the Monarchs return this opening kickoff for a touchdown, she'll win a 2-year lease on a 2019 RAV4 Adventure from your Hampton Roads Toyota dealers. Lisa Wilson of Newport News, good luck. You could be our next contestant. Register for the Toyota Return for a Ride at ODUsports.com. All right, Andy, FCS Norfolk State, a decided underdog here. They played the Monarchs in the FBS 3 times. First one was an FCS playoff game. Second 2 were very competitive games. What do you think happens tonight?
Yeah, the worst blowout we've seen in this series has been 17 points. It has not really been that lopsided. This is a stout defense that the Spartans are going to bring back, including Nigel Davis, their middle linebacker. Behind him, Bobby Price and Nyree Quinterly. The two safeties are experienced guys. Now, they have some question marks up front a little bit, how well they're going to be able to rush the passer, but they are very stout at linebacker, and they are very good in the secondary.
Monarchs in their home blue uniforms will return and move from right to left. The Spartans come out with the white uniforms with the yellow pants and the green and yellow trim. Blake Watson gets an opportunity to get his hands on the football first after the Norfolk State kickoff. Monarchs will be going with a triumvirate of quarterbacks, none of whom have ever played, at least didn't play in the last portion of last year. Stone Smart, Messiah DeWeaver transfers in. Stephen Williams, injured in the third game last year, didn't play the rest of the way. He's going to see some time at wide receiver as well. Bottom line is, as is the case with any first game for any college football team, you just don't know what you're going to get.
Watson came in here as a wide receiver. They moved him to running back, and he's had a pretty good camp. He's going to get his first shot to touch the ball in this season.
Ryan Richter will kick it off. He's a sophomore from Temecula, California. The fans are on their feet here at Cornblow Field at SB Ballard Stadium. To Stephen Ballard and everybody involved, congratulations. You've made it to kickoff, an on-time kickoff. And wherever you may be on this Labor Day Saturday, we appreciate you joining us. This is a short kick that Watson is going to allow bouncing out of bounds, and that'll be a flag, and the Monarchs will have decent field position for the first drive of 2019.
And not the way you want to start for the Spartans. The first kickoff goes out of bounds. They're trying to put it into the corner, but he got a little bit too much of that. Too much left on that one.
Let's talk about these three quarterbacks. I believe Stone Smart is going to get the start. He's a 6'4", 220-pound junior from Sacramento, California. Highly decorated junior college player, but it's a little bit different vibe when you put on the Monarch blue and white here at FBS.
Yeah, he started off, he signed out of high school in northern Arizona, and then went to Riverside City JUCO College. Was an All-American JUCO out there. Ran for 583 yards and 9 touchdowns. Threw for 2,075.
Keyshawn Strong will start at running back. Chris Cunningham, the transfer from Virginia Tech, in the up tight end position. The snap comes to Smart. He hands it off to Strong, off left tackle, and he's going to be brought down after a short gain.
Already they're starting with the wing sets. Now, this is a team that has its roots kind of in the high-flying offense, is what they kind of came to be known as, with Taylor Heineke back there flinging it all over the place, air raid style. This is going to be a different formation and a different look for this offense. They want to run the ball. They want to pound it. They want to put a lot of tight ends in there. They will go 2, sometimes 3 tight end sets, and they want to get the ground game going. And here's Lala Davis, the guy who really could do that.
Played 3+ games last year. The new rule, you can play 4, still retain your red shirt. He did. So the redshirt freshman is there. And here's Stone Smart taking the snap and going out to the 34.5. He might be about a half a yard short of that first down. That's one of the things that all of these Monarch quarterbacks are able to do. Williams and Weaver and Stone Smart, all 6'3", 220 or bigger.
Yeah, design quarterback draw. That is something that this offense has said they want to include. They want to include some quarterback runs. It'll keep the defense on its heels. You've got to keep them honest. But here's a big play for Norfolk State and for Old Dominion. Spartans get a stop here on third down. That's going to jazz them up a little bit.
Deshaun Dixon and Tavian Blackwell and Kayron Speller and Chris Myers across the front line for Luttrell Squat Spartans. A 3rd and 1 for Old Dominion. Initial drive of the contest from the 44-yard line. Smart will keep it this time. Spins out of one tackle and lunges for the first down, the first one of 2019. Contact absorbed by the big fella, and he leans for a first.
Yeah, that was all him. Second effort. Chris Myers got through there and was standing in the hole he wanted to run through. He spun off of that initial hit and was able to, second effort, get just enough for that first down. Not the way you draw it up, but you'll take it.
Monarchs averaged just under 300 yards passing a year ago. I don't think we're going to see that this year. At least if the coaches get what they want, it'll be a more balanced attack with the running game getting a lot of the headlines. Here's the first pass for Stone Smart. It's caught, and it's caught for a first down, and there's Eric Kuma, the transfer out of Virginia Tech. 42 catches for the Hokies a year ago. That's his first as a Monarch.
Welcome, Eric Kuma. That's a simple little sit-down route. Coverage playing off a little bit. He goes out to the yardage he needs, stops, and it's a timing route. Smart on target. He had some issues with accuracy. He's been up and down through camp, has Smart, with his accuracy. But for his first pass of the season, that one was right on target.
1st and 10 for the Monarchs from the Norfolk State 41-yard line. First drive ever at Cornblow Field at SB Ballard Stadium. Smart claps the hands, turns, hands the ball off. Here's Davis. Oh, nothing doing right there, said Deshaun Dixon, the 6'5 junior from Chesapeake at Western Branch High School.
Yeah, Dixon changed numbers over the offseason. He's wearing 18. He was 92. 31 tackles last year. No sacks, though. But you see, these guys, They really, really wanted to get better against the run. That was their big knock on them last year. The Spartan defense gave up way too much on the ground. They were excellent against the pass, sixth best pass defense in the FCS last year, but we're down to the bottom of the MEAC against the run. 192 yards a game last year against the run.
Smart in the shotgun with Strong to his left, brings a man in motion, and the snap and the fake handoff, and Smart goes to the right side and finds his blocking inside the 35 to the 33-yard line.
Diego Cervantes, the center, is out leading them, and that was a question mark coming in for Old Dominion. Who was going to play center? Because they had some issues in spring. There were bad snaps all over the place, and so they were thinking maybe they could put Isaac Weaver at center, their left tackle, and then they didn't really want to put him there because they like him at left tackle, so they were trying to find somebody who could play center. Cervantes has stepped up and has taken over that role, at least for now, and has done a pretty good job. If they can keep him at center, it means they can keep their best lineman, Isaac Weaver, out at left tackle, where they would prefer to have him.
3 tight ends for the Monarchs, and Stephen Williams split to the far side on a 3rd down and 2 play. Snap to Smart, hands the ball off, and Davis is going to get stuffed at the line of scrimmage by the Spartan defense. Coming up, among others, was Dale Craig, the linebacker from Lawrenceville, Georgia.
Senior, 3 sacks, 56 tackles last year, and he's just waiting for that one. He flew around the edge. He came right off of the edge. Nobody touched him. He just beat him to the punch there.
So you think it's fun being a head coach? Early on, first drive, you've got yourself a 4th and 4.
And no signs of any special teamers out there. Not even a question from their own 35. From the Spartan 35.
Probably about a 52-yard field goal attempt. So Smart from the shotgun needs the 31-yard line to keep the drive going. He's going to run the option, keep it himself. Now he pitches it. Here's Davis. First down, Old Dominion. I haven't seen that in a while.
Not exactly the way you draw up that option, but it's actually a pretty good play by Smart, because if he'd have pitched that earlier, it was played well by the Spartan defense. But had he tried to pitch that earlier, he had no shot. To it.
Williams in on the tackle.
That's Nyree Quinterly, the safety, who came up and had that play diagnosed, but he held on to it and made Quinterly commit to the quarterback. Quinterly did it so late, he had to make a good pitch.
Lateral didn't go forward, did it? From the 30-yard line, a first down, and here's a play-action pass from Smart. Goes far side, completes it to Strong at the 32. He's pushed out of bounds by Craig after a short gain.
Wouldn't matter if he did. He caught it, so it's
true. Thank you for bringing that in. I was getting all nervous about that type of thing. It would have been called a pass completion. Thank you, Andy. That's why you're here. 9:45, turning clock, first drive of the ball game, and this is exactly what Coach Wilder and the Monarchs want. Time-consuming drives that take some of the pressure off the defense.
It's not as flashy as all these fans probably are used to seeing, but this is what this offense is going to look like this year.
Davis, the running back, behind Stone Smart. Dante Anthony, tight end to the left side. Kuma, the wide out to the right. So is Stephen Williams, who's cutting over the middle, and he's got the ball inside the 15-yard line. Pass on target. Williams' first catch.
He's getting the crowd amped up. Stevie Williams finds himself on the field, but at receiver now. That was a pretty good route there. The play action, just a little post route. Gets the defender on his back foot a little bit. Good step on the inside. He was really wide open. Good job on the play fake. All those runs have opened up some of those lanes for Stone Smart. He was on target on time.
Monarchs with an opportunity as the drive heads into its 7th minute here to start this contest. 1st and 10 from the Norfolk State 11. No score. The Monarchs and the Spartans here at Cornblow Field at SB Ballard Stadium. Here's Strong with some room on the near side, and he's going to find his way into the end zone. No. Touchdown. Yes. First one ever at Cornblow Field at SB Ballard Stadium is the senior Keyshawn Strong.
Why not give it to Keyshawn? Nice little play there. They fake the jet sweep and get the defense all kind of flowing one direction, and then they come back and look at the convoy in front of them. Good block by Hassan Patterson on the goal line on the wideout to get him those extra yards to get in. Good design play, good execution, and had some interesting moments. 4th down conversion, but they'll take it.
How about 6 minutes and 18 seconds on that season opening drive? Here's Nick Rice for the conversion. The ball is down and the kick is up, and the kick is good. 6 minutes, 18 seconds on the drive. Monarchs go 65 yards, and they are in. 8:42 to go in the first. Cornblow Field at
What's in your wallet?
Considering there are a lot of new pieces, and also offensive coordinator Brian Scott has taken over the duties of coaching the O-line this year for Old Dominion. They seem to handle things pretty well. The design runs in particular, Stone Smart navigated it very well. Passing plays, they protected him. Not great, but pretty decent for the first drive of the year.
So it'll be Tremaine Talbert back to return the kick along with Kevin Johnson for Norfolk State. And if you're the Spartans, you're thinking, all right, well done, Old Dominion. Now give us a shot with our all-everything quarterback, Jawan Carter. But first, Brad Davis from Oscar Smith. The senior gets into it high, end-over-end kick. A yard deep, stepping on the yard line, almost coming out, but not coming out was Talbert. The true freshman almost made a bad error, but he put on the brakes soon enough. Monarchs 7, Norfolk State nothing. And Jawan Carter, Andy Mishaw, out of Highland Springs High School, like half the roster is for Norfolk State and Richmond. He's a player.
Yes, he is. He is experienced. He is going to be very likely before the end of the season to be the second all-time leader in Norfolk State history in passing yards and in total yards. He'll probably still be 2,000 or 3,000 below Aaron Sparrow, but that was a different division back then. But he is experienced. He was second in the MEAC in yards per game at 230 yards passing. Now, he did lose all three of his top receivers this year, so that's a question mark.
And he didn't lose Aaron Savage, but Savage will lose a couple of yards right there. Front line for Old Dominion, Keon White, Jeremy Miser, Juwan Ross, and Marcus Haynes starting up front for Bobby Wilder's defense under the newly crown coordinator, David Blackwell.
Yeah, Marcus Haynes, 97, is going to be that new bandit position. He's going to be moving around a lot. He'll be sometimes down. He'll be standing up. He'll be moving all over the place. That's one of Blackwell's sort of signature guys.
5 wides. Now they bring Savage in the front of the line. Carter's first pass is going to be incomplete. Tended on the far side there for Justin Smith, and a little off target with that first attempt.
A little jumpy. You got to make sure in these situations, Jawan Carter knows that he's good. He knows he can put some numbers up, and he's going to be anxious to do that. And he just got to keep it under control a little bit, because that was an open target right there. He just overthrew it.
So a key first series, third down for Norfolk State. 3rd and 12. They need the 35-yard line. Savage will stand to the left of Jawan Carter, who steps up, barks some instructions. Monarchs also have some instructions for each other on the defensive side. The clap of the hands, and here we go. The delayed handoff to Savage. Nothing doing there. Lawrence Garner, Keon White, and who's first on the scene? Geronda Hall, Andy.
From the nickel spot, he was coming in on a blitz, and he flew off the edge.
So mission accomplished with the first offensive series for Old Dominion and the first defensive series. But we've got a long way to go, and oftentimes when you get these first game jitters out of the way, you can get to altitude and play much better. Spartans will hope for that. Josh Nardone comes in, and he will do some punting here. Jake Herslow standing on his own 40-yard line for Old Dominion. Rugby-style kick is off the side of the foot, and that's not going to do much for the Spartan cause.
It was a fair catch over by the lineman on the sideline.
So, Monarchs defense forces a 3 and out. 7:21 to go in the first. Ted Alexander, Andy Mishaw, Doug Ripley on this Saturday night at Cornblow Field at SB Ballard Stadium. Lights trying to take more of an effect here. Monarchs went 65 yards in 6 minutes and 18 seconds to score on their first drive. Defense got a 3 and out, and here Old Dominion goes back to work from the Norfolk State 40 after that shanked punt. Smart play action pass, rolling. He's got a man, Williams. There he is. Pass on target. Gain down to the 34-yard line.
Run sets up the play action there. They ran it so well and so many times on that first drive. Stephen Williams, his second catch, he's down inside, looking like he's going to try to block, and then he pivots back outside and was wide open on the mini rollout. 4 for 4 so far for Stone Smart, and we'll call that a pretty good start.
Well, and the thing is, he's been accurate, and they've thrown plays or run plays where he could be successful.
Yeah.
And he was successful. That gets the confidence up, and boom, there you go.
Well, these are some younger corners that these guys are going against, too. The safeties are very good for Norfolk State, but these corners, they're still breaking them in.
2nd and 4 play. You hand it off to Keyshawn Strong. The touchdown score, and he's caught behind the line. There's a nice play from Norfolk State's Kyron Speller, the 6'2 redshirt senior out of Kempsville High School in Virginia Beach.
Good penetration, good tackle by Speller. He gets in there and makes sure that he didn't get a lot of them, but he got enough of them, and he made sure that Strong couldn't get away from him.
Loss of a couple there leaves the Monarchs with a 3rd and 7. Need to get to the Norfolk State 30-yard line to keep the drive going. Probably 4-down territory, I would think here, Andy. 3 wide receivers to the near side. Kuma to the far. He's got a catch. Here's Stone Smart looking near side. Has Strong. He's got a boatload of room in front of him. He's across the 30, first down to about the 28-yard line.
They had tight ends out there. The tight end went deep, and they took the coverage off the top. Herslow was out there as well. He came in over the middle, and all the defense sort of flowed that way. And coming out of the back was Strong. And look, underneath, there's nobody around him. Everybody jumped in on Herslow, and the tight end went deep. So that's a big old hole there for wide open pass.
Again, an easy to complete pass, and let Keyshawn Strong do some running. 1st and 10 from the 29-yard line. Ball on the near hash mark. Monarchs moving from right to left. And here's the handoff. Strong up the middle, breaks the first, spins through the second, and dives down inside the 20 to the 17.
Firing on all cylinders right now. That offensive line is looking pretty good. And the Spartans are going to be thinking, oh, man, here we go again. We couldn't stop the run at all last year. They put so much effort and so much emphasis on it all the offseason.
1st down and 10. Another handoff to Strong, and Strong follows his lineman to the 15-yard line. Gain of about 3 on that 1st down carry. We'll go under 5 minutes in this first quarter. Monarchs on top 7-0 here at the brand-new Kornblau Field at SB Ballard Stadium.
Rush heavy as expected. 11 rushes, 5 passes for Old Dominion so far. And it's dead even. 44 yards to the air, 44 yards on the ground.
Kuma and Williams to the far side. Herslow to the near.
Looks like man coverage, single high.
Joyner, the tight end, on the left side of the formation. You turn, you hand the ball off to Elijah Davis. Contact at the 15, and he lunges to the 13 of the 12. It'll bring up another 3rd down.
That's Remy Feltz, and that's not contact. That's a collision. That's a car wreck. Remy Feltz, German-born Remy Feltz.
Well, I'm telling you, Davis didn't Feltz very good after that one because that was solid contact.
Wolfersburg Witten Vocational, I have no idea if I'm saying that right or not, but he was born and raised in Germany, was Remy. He's a transfer. He just came into Norfolk State this year.
All right, 3rd and 5, Andy. Need to get to the 7 to keep the drive going. Stone Smart in the shotgun, has it. Quarterback draw, keeps it himself, makes a man miss, gets inside the 7. Stone Smart, far side. He's going to score. Touchdown, Old Dominion. Stone Smart, his first TD as a Monarch.
That's good vision. Good vision from Smart. He got in there. The hole wasn't where he thought it was going to be, but he found a lot of space to the right, got to the outside, and then made another good move right around the 3-yard line and broke it to the goal line.
When you've got a quarterback that has the size to be able to absorb these types of hits and the ability to be able to avoid these types of hits, you got something.
He's trying to go behind his guard, but that hole closed up in a hurry, but he found all kinds of room to the right. Little over-penetration there from the defensive end. Too far upfield for him.
Nick Rice on for another extra point out of the hold of Bailey Kate. The kick is up, and the kick is good. And with 3:48 to go in our first quarter, the Monarchs have doubled their advantage. Old Dominion 14, Spartans nothing.
Of Discovery, lease a 2019 Mazda CUV and we'll make your first monthly payment.
Start for Old Dominion. 14-0 Old Dominion leads Norfolk State. 3:48 to go in the quarter.
Now, we said that Bobby Wilder wanted to see all 3 quarterbacks, or at least 2 quarterbacks tonight. Smart's going to make it hard to take him out of there. He is still perfect. 5 for 5, 44 yards in the air, 29 yards on 4 rushes, and a touchdown on the ground. He has got the answers so far tonight.
Talbert and Johnson once again back for the Spartans of Norfolk State. Brad Davis, a touchback on his first kick. where Talbert almost brought it out of the end zone, stopped on a dime to prevent that miscue. Here's another end-over-end boot. It's about 2 yards deep, and he'll bring it out this time. The freshman near side, 10, 15, flag is down to the 20. Another flag comes in.
3 flags. They came in from all directions.
I can understand a freshman who wants to make a play saying, enough of this touchback stuff.
He ran right through the stop sign. I think we're going to have more than one penalty on here.
Yeah, the flags were flying like streamers at a parade here. And here's Billy Williams, our referee.
Holding on return team, number 40. Half the distance to the goal. First down.
Guess they saw a lot of holding going on there.
It was so egregious that all the officials threw their flags at once.
Alan Boykins, the guilty party right there. And again, the Spartan offense will start with their backs up against the wall. First drive came from the 25, and here they start from the 12, and Juwan Carter is going to look for some help here.
Yeah, he's going to want to get this ground game going. The question for me coming in was, could the Monarchs hold up front? They are going to be fast and athletic on defense, but they're not big. Miser goes 280, and he's the nose tackle. That's not big.
Yeah, but he went to Cincinnati Moeller, so you got to give him a couple extra pounds right there. Here's Savage with his best run, and another flag's going to come in.
That's in the area of holding.
Check it, that's Gerald Hewlett with his first carry, but it looks like that might come back. Or the Spartans are clapping, might be against the Monarchs.
Holding on the defense, number 44. 5 yards, still first down.
Well, the first penalty of the night against the Monarchs of Old Dominion University. I don't know if Matt Geiger's playing defense here today, but they called it on 44. And that'll give the Spartans, I believe, a first down.
You have to check that. I don't think we got a 44 on the 2 deep on defense anyway.
It's not on the 100 deep on the roster. But it will be a first down. First one of the game for Norfolk State. Gets them out of their deep red zone. And maybe gives Carter a little room to move here.
Yeah, anytime you can pick up a first down, doesn't matter how you do it, it's going to relax you a little bit. Maybe you can get into a rhythm.
You want to give that defense some rest.
Yeah, you got to give it a little bit. They've been on the field a long time.
This is just the second series of this first quarter for Norfolk State. They were 3 and out in the first. And the Monarchs are 2 for 2 with touchdown drives. First one went 65 yards. Second one off a shank punt, just 40, but still counted for 7. Here with 3.5 to go in the first, a first down for Juwan Carter and his Spartans. Couple of step drop. Now he's going to run, and Garner brings him down at the 21-yard line. Lawrence Garner almost had a spy look to him there, Andy, and you've got to spy Carter because he's elusive.
He is a runner as well as a passer. 70 carries, 233 yards, and 2 touchdowns on the ground last year. He will hurt you. That's why he's one of the all-time leaders in total yards, not just passing, but total yards in NSU history.
Ryan Henry in a defensive end for Old Dominion, that bandit position with 3 down linemen. Henry is up, and he's going to be chasing the play down the line of scrimmage and try and get in on that tackle. Short gain on 2nd down and 7 for Norfolk State. Hewlett with a carry.
Again, Miser in there, and Keon White, a converted tight end, now playing defensive end.
He was effective tight end.
And he's going to be more of a stud, a rush edge stopper. He's not going to be a pass rusher as much, but he did his job right there. He's held tight and made sure that could not bounce outside.
Keon White, a favorite of those who are looking at players that are going to have impacts this year and sort of explode onto the scene. 3rd down and a long 4. Spartans need the 29-yard line to keep the drive going. They're down 14-0. Here's Carter, flush from the pocket. He stops, turns, floats one up in the air. It's picked off at the 35-yard line. Coming near side now at the 30, getting some blockers. First takeaway of the season for Old Dominion. Welcome to the Monarchs, Caleb Ford Dement.
Yeah, Ford Dement is a transfer from Kilgore College. He is one of the several transfers that came in to try and help shore up this secondary defensively, and he shored it up that time. Nowhere to go for that time for Carter, who gets outside and just flung that into a crowd. Dement made the great move on the ball, good hands, and came down with it.
You get another look at the huddle there for the Monarchs after they look for the 3rd score of the first quarter off the first turnover of the year. But Carter made a nice move to create some space for himself, but then floated that ball, and Ford Clement was right there to pick it off. First turnover of the contest, and the Monarchs are in business with a 1st and 10 from the Norfolk State 19, looking to build on a 14-0 lead here in the first. Here's Smart, hands it off to Davis. Davis nowhere to go. Oh, gobbled up there nicely by Tyree Givers-Wilson.
Little delay handoff there, and Givers-Wilson, linebackers, he did not delay on his way through.
Nice play right there. Loss of 4 on that first down carry.
7 TFLs last year for Givers-Wilson. There's a lot of TFLs on this defense. Problem was they were very good against the pass. They could rush the passer. They could not stop the run. The Monarchs have been exploiting that a little bit so far early going.
Kuma and Williams to the far side. Herslow and Cunningham to the near. Strong back in at running back. Smart to run it himself. Off left tackle. Spins, but he can't get out of the grasp there. Nice play made by Bobby Price, the defensive back at 6'4", held on to the 6'4" Smart.
Yeah, Price is the veteran safety back there. Him and Nairi Quinterly. 2 interceptions, 59 tackles on the season last year. And you can see why there. He got a hold of one leg and wasn't going to let go.
Remember watching Quinterly's dad, John, as a running back at Norfolk State many moons ago.
It's another 3rd down conversion. I'll give you that one.
That's just how old I am. 45 seconds to go in the first. It's a 3rd down and 9 for the Monarchs, who need the 9-yard line for a first. Here's Smart. Shovel pass, and that doesn't fool any of the Spartans. Brought down at the 20-yard line, bringing up a 4th down, and Nick Rice will try and kick his 12th consecutive field goal. That's right, 11 in a row for Nick Rice. That is the 4th longest active streak in FBS. B.R. Hatchell will snap it. Bailey Kate will hold it at about the 27-yard line. 37-yard field goal attempt from straight away to build this lead in the final seconds of the first quarter.
Kind of a conservative call there on the shuttle pass, but it's a safe call because he trusts his kicker.
Snap is good, and the field goal, a sidewinder, is up, and it is no good. There goes the 11 field goal hit streak from Nick Rice, and we are 15 minutes complete. First quarter in the books. Old Dominion leads. Second quarter action here in Norfolk. The Battle of the Mermaid City. Old Dominion leading Norfolk State's Spartans 14-0, but off a missed field goal, NSU takes over 1st and 10 from their own 20-yard line. Juwan Carter and company now moving from right to left, trying to spark things on offense and give that defense a rest.
Yeah, turnover, they got away with it.
Hand it off to Savage, and Savage is wrapped up for no gain. Derek Wilder in on the tackle.
Defense so far is looking faster than they were last year, which is sort of the key point here for David Blackwell. He wanted to be faster. He wanted to come at him from different angles, send different blitzers, run different stunts. So far, so good. They've got confusion all over the Spartan offense.
Gain of 1 on that first down carry. It's 2nd and 9 for Carter and the Spartans with 2 wideouts to the far side, 1 to the near. Hand off to Savage again, and he runs into a pile of everything. No yards, maybe a loss of 1 or so. 3rd and long coming up for NSU, and nothing's going against Jeremy Miser from Cincinnati Bowler in the middle of that line.
Yeah, that was the guy that made the play. I mean, Henry's going to get credit for the tackle, but Miser was the guy that clogged up that middle and was able to just stop the running game right in its tracks. Savage had nowhere to go. Once he got to the hole, there was no hole.
So here we go, 3rd down and 11. Big play for the Spartans as they try and move the chains and keep the clock moving and regain some momentum off that Nick Rice missed field goal. Can they keep things rolling, or will the Monarch defense get another 3 and out? Play action pass. Carter back to throw over the middle passes. Is that picked up by Jordan Young? Holy Toledo, what a grab from the linebacker. Second interception of the night for Old Dominion.
Pressure put on by Keon White. And Carter again is sort of falling backwards or backpedaling a little. Did not get set and underthrew that one a little. And a great play from Jordan Young, a linebacker. He undercut that like a cornerback. Watch the pressure on Carter. When it comes sort of from the right side and up the middle, there's White. And he can't really get a good step into that throw. It's underthrown, and Young just sort of picked it off like a corner.
And the flag will go against the Monarchs here.
That's post interception celebration.
Actually, the Monarch defense is back there. It looks like it might erase the pick.
We never got a call.
All I know is that Norfolk State's still on offense, and the ball's at the 34-yard line, and the down marker says 1st and 10. A mystery here on Labor Day Saturday.
I got officials timeout for something. I think there's a question on the spot. It's roughing the passer was the call.
Okay. Roughing the passer, thank you.
So the pressure, the camera sort of jetted out of there, but the pressure by Keon White, and that's who the call was against. So he did put the pressure on him, but apparently he kept going and hit him after he released the ball, so that would wipe out the interception.
Keon White, again, was a tight end a year ago, still learning the ins and outs of the defensive end position. Got the pressure there, but just didn't lay off soon enough. 1st and 10 for Norfolk State. 13.5 to go in the second quarter, and there's a running game that's not getting started for NSU thanks to that Monarch front.
And it's speed off of the edges that are coming down and collapsing. There's just no room for this running game for Norfolk State.
And you're talking about White, Miser, and Ross, and Henry across the defensive line. Garner and Jordan Young, who combined for 175 tackles a year ago at the linebacker position. And here's a 2nd down and 11 for Carter and company. 14-0 Old Dominion, 12:55 to play in the half. Little pitch to Savage on the far side. He cuts it up. Thought he might have had a little room there, and a seam closes quickly across the 35 for a gain of about 3. It's going to be 3rd and long again.
Yeah, they're not getting anything up the middle, so they try to get to the outside. That's about the most room that Savage has seen all night. And that closed in a hurry. Well, they may want to start thinking about getting to the outside because these edges are sort of crashing down on them now. So if they keep getting sucked in, you got to pay attention. Again, you got a guy like Keon White who's not used to playing that edge. He gets too excited, he gets sucked inside, then you can pop him outside like an option, like they almost did there.
To Kendall James on the near side. He's going deep, but they go the other way, and it's a mix-up in pattern where the pass went deep, and the running route from Sebian Sloan was a short one, and that's not close, and it's 4th down.
That's not a bad call to have in that situation. The Monarchs came with the blitz. A nickel blitz from Geronda Hall, so it was just straight-up man coverage on the outside. But not a very accurate throw from Carter. Again, the pressure got to him. But that's not a bad call to have in that spot.
On to punt for the Spartans. Ryan Richter. See what he can do. The snap is a good one. Gets it off, a spiral that turns over beautifully. Herslow will let it bounce and grab it at his own 10-yard line. That's a 3-pound bag of trouble that he's going to be brought down inside the 10 at the 6-yard line. What a punt there. And it'll be the Monarchs deep in their own zone. 11:59 to go in our first half. Monarchs. Back here at Kornblau Field at SB Ballard Stadium, 11:59 to go in our first half. Old Dominion 14, Norfolk State nothing. Monarchs will have a 1st and 10 on their own 6, and we are pleased to be joined by Stephen Ballard, SB Ballard Stadium, SB Ballard Construction. All I can tell you, Stephen Ballard, is congratulations.
Thank you. It's been a great week and a great night. Fantastic weather, good football game, and everybody's filling the concession stands. That's great.
It's unbelievable, the difference.
It's fantastic.
What's the first thing you thought of when you got on here on game day? You've been here every day for 9 months and beyond.
It was
you
great.
Got here today.
It was great to see everybody, the ease of everybody getting in and everybody stopping up and getting plenty to drink and eat and enjoying the atmosphere and just looking around and seeing the awe of the stadium. It's a good feeling and good people and a real success. So it's been great for the program and us too, SB Ballard, and our subcontractors.
Elijah Davis with 4 yards on the first down carry, 2nd and 6 for the Monarchs from their own 10-yard line, leading 14-0. Stone Smart back to throw, pressured, comes out of the pocket near side, thinks about rolling and running and spinning, and he's on his feet at the 15, brought down hard at the 16, close to first down yardage. One of the things I thought about as we're talking with Steve Ballard, how many hundreds of people are involved in this project.
And what's great is about 400 or 500 of them are out here tonight enjoying the game. It's great. And I'm glad the crowd gave them a big applause because they did a fantastic job. They're out here 10, 12, 14 hours a day. 7 days a week. They did a great job. We're very pleased with them.
Did you think you could get it done? Obviously, you did think you could get it done, but were there any moments when you thought, oh, what have I gotten myself into?
Well, after about 3 weeks in a rain for like 35 days in a row, I had my doubts. But everybody worked 2 and 3 shifts, and we made it through it, and the subcontractors all pulled through.
First down for the Monarchs, and there's a pinpoint pass from Smart to Marcus Joyner, and he's across the 30 to 32-yard line. Got to like the way the Monarchs have looked this far.
Yes, they look great, man. If they can do this good next week and finish up this game, we'll be excited.
Now, great article at ODUsports.com by Harry Minium about you and your family. How about BJ and what she's done for you? Not only this project here, but all the projects, including the project of Steve.
She's been great. She's been a supporter of mine for 40 years. She's done a really good job. She pretty much raised the kids, took care of everything at the house, and kept a job for like 18 years and still raised the kids. She did it all. You know, I was a workaholic. So she took care of the kids, taught them how to play baseball, soccer. She did a great job. Been right behind me all the time.
Now, when you think about a lot of the folks that have been with SB Ballard Construction for decades and decades, those folks not only are really good at their jobs, but they're loyal and they understand what you need and what you demand and what you expect. How important is that?
Oh, they've been great. I got guys been here for 25, 30, 35 years. Mark Payne, Daryl Policonis, Rick Potter. They've been over 30 years. Great team out here.
What's your favorite part of this facility?
The favorite part, I would say, is I like the meeting rooms over on the east side.
Here's Keyshawn Strong. He scored a touchdown earlier, but a nice defensive play there from the Spartans. Coming up and making that tackle is Brandon Savage, the brother of the running back for NSU. Talk about this rivalry a little bit, Steve Ballard. You've got these institutions separated by 4 miles, opening this building. I think it's really fitting, don't you?
It is, and we do a lot of work for Norfolk State and ODU. So last year, or a couple years ago, I had a hat that had ODU on one side, NSU on the other.
Third down and 9 for the Monarchs, leading 14-0. Smart back to throw. He's gotten off to a hot start, but now he's in deep, dark trouble, and he is brought down by Chris Myers. Myers there. You know, you've got to unload the thing, but he hangs in there. And Myers with a nice play, and it'll be a 4th down and 14. We'll see Bailey Kate punting for the first time. And lets us think about the lights. And these lights can do some very special things.
They are. I'm surprised they haven't put on the big light show yet. I thought they were going to do it earlier, so we're excited to see that come out.
Bailey Kate.
That'll be coming soon.
From left to right. Talbert is back. He's the freshman speedster. Love to get the ball in some space if you're an NSU fan. And here's Kate, and this will be whistled and brought back as we continue to speak with Steve Ballard. From the colors that just pop here in this building to the lighting, it's a nice intimate setting.
It is.
2000.
It is. They're all right up on the football stadium. The seats are great. They got so many seat backs, and I think everybody's going to be really comfortable. And there's plenty of access to plenty of food and drinks and the little restrooms and all that. So it's a hell of a lot better experience now.
Well, if you had to pick one of the concession stands, which one do you go to? All of them, I know all of them. But
I like the one on the east side in the center there. It's concession stand number 1.
Number 1, and there's a punt that's going to bounce inside the 45. It'll be down there by the Monarchs at the 43-yard line, and that is where NSU will begin their next drive. 8:32 to go in half number 1 at Cornblow Field.
Because they've done a great job.
Norfolk State with the football, trailing Old Dominion 14-0, 8:32 to go in our first half, but great field position for the Spartans from their own 43-yard line. Juwan Carter and company, Ted Alexander, Andy Michaud, Doug Ripley, pleased to be joined by Steve Ballard from SB Ballard Construction, as in Cornblow Field at SB Ballard Stadium. From the press box, the view is pretty good, and a play-action pass. That's a pretty good-looking pass right there. Wide open spaces, deep down the far side, turning on the speed. Finally brought down. No! Touchdown, Norfolk State. Look at the run after catch there from DeKendall James.
DeKendall James, one of the transfers they brought in here. He came from Coastal Carolina. Played 3 games with the Chanticleers last year before he got injured, and that was the end of his season. So he came up here to Norfolk State to try to fill the gap of the top 3 receivers that they lost last season. Good play design, and you see the speed of DeKendall James. He just had that space and was gone.
Get those long legs rolling here. On for the extra point is Josh Nardone to bring the Spartans to within 7. And suddenly the vibe is changed here in Norfolk. And that was off the upright, no good. A missed opportunity there for NSU. 14-6 our score, 8:22 to go in the first half. Before we get Stephen Ballard out of here, you took on this project, Old Dominion, close to your heart. There were times probably you thought, what have I done? What have I put my folks up against here? But when you finally get to the finish line and you see the 22,000 here, you see the hot dogs and the beers and the sodas and the band, and it all come together. What goes through your mind?
It's a great feeling, and everybody's done so good. The university, the architects, the engineers, the staff here at Old Dominion, the facilities people here have been great. Greg Smith and all of his people, and it's been a huge team effort, and we never would have made it without them. But it is a great feeling. Like I said the other night, was something that my kids and my grandkids, my great-grandkids, and everybody that worked on it will be able to say, hey, we helped build that football stadium. So it's a great feeling.
Stephen Ballard, we thank you for dropping by here. Come by anytime. I mean, it's your stadium. We appreciate your efforts here on behalf of the university, and thanks for spending a couple of moments with us here during the broadcast. Steve Ballard, everybody. Andy, your thoughts on that to Kendall James? Holy smokes, instant offense there.
Yeah, you were thinking this is maybe a chance for momentum here for the Spartans, and boy, did they take advantage of it.
And here comes Watson, thrown over at the 25-yard line. Nice defensive play there from Williams.
Yeah, if you were over there on that green and gold sideline, you got to be thinking it's only 14-0, and we've been pinned back in our own territory for this whole game. And finally, they got a bit of a break there where they got to stop. They got the big sack on Smart on third down, and were able to finally get some field position. All it takes is one big play, and the Kendall James shows you a little bit of space can go a long way. Now the Monarchs are going to have to answer. Not everything is going to go your way. Coach Wilder was saying that leading up to this. So how did they respond to a little bit of adversity?
The quick pitch to Watson, looking to go north and south after a long journey east and west, but a nice job from the Spartan defense stringing it out a bit, Andy.
Yeah, he got about 3.5, 4 yards on that, but it could have been a lot worse. And they got some speed here on this NSU defense, too. They can get lateral pretty quickly.
So a little bit different flavor in the air here. And we'll talk about the vibe in the building with Doug in a moment when we get a chance. But now it's a 2nd and 7 for Stone Smart, who's gone all the way thus far at quarterback.
He's only missed one.
He's got the snap here, and he hands the ball after a bit of a fake and finding room up the middle across the 35 to the 39-yard line. Good enough for a first down. That's Elijah Davis. Lala with his best run of the season.
Big hole that time. Delayed handoff, kind of a counter. And then right back through that hole. Overplayed a little bit by Nigel Chavis. And that allowed some cutback room. And Lala Davis took advantage of it.
4 touchdowns a year ago, including the winner against North Texas after that 28-point comeback. 7:08 to play in our first half. 14-6 Old Dominion. Play action pass. Smart carries it out. Now he's got some room. Now he's going to take off with it, and he's going to get stopped there. What a play there. Not losing his mind was Nigel Chavis. First time we've called his name, Andy, and he's one of the best on the Spartan squad.
That was an interesting play design because they set that up with the jet sweep 2 plays before, and now they fake it. And then they fake the play action, but it's only a 2-man route. There's only 2 receivers. It's Moore and it's Herslow downfield, and if those guys are covered, it seems like it's a built-in option for Smart to take off with it.
2nd and 7 now for the Monarchs.
What he did, and you're right, Chavis with a good job of hanging in tight, not giving up his space.
3 wide receivers running the option. Pitch it to Davis near side across the 40, 45, and he stumbles down at about the 46-yard line. That'll bring up a 3rd and about 3. Beautiful night here in Hampton Roads, Virginia, and wherever you may be on this Labor Day Saturday, we appreciate you joining us. Whether you're a fan of the Monarchs, the Spartans, or just college football, first full weekend of college ball is upon us, and it's great to see the sport back, Andy.
Old Dominion 3 for 6 on 3rd down so far. That's pretty good. They were only 40% last year.
Delayed handoff and avoiding the first hit, but not getting enough for a first down, I do not believe.
He's
This
gonna be
Keyshawn Strong.
short. Now, here comes the question.
Where are they going to spot it?
Are they going to kick it? The punt team started to come back, and now they're stopping and looking, and now they're going to go. Another curious call. We've seen Brian Scott do that a lot throughout the tenure here. Well, he will run it on somewhat traditional passing downs. And this one, they didn't get quite enough, and they're not going to chance it at midfield.
4th and 1. Kate the punter. Norfolk State smelling a rat. Talbert is back, and Kate's going to try and pin him with the spiral. It's a high spiral. Talbert will make the grab at the 12-yard line, and that's where the Spartans will begin their next drive. 5:02 to go in the first half. Old Dominion 14, Norfolk State.
Like the power to do it.
Norfolk State with a little more bounce in that Spartan step. Trailing now 14-6 after spotting the Monarchs a 2-touchdown lead. 5:02 to go in our half. Juwan Carter hit James for a long touchdown, his last throw. A little quieter now, and Carter will keep it himself and get across the 15.
Kind of sense some momentum turning and shifting after that interception by Ford DeMint. And the Monarchs got stopped and missed the field goal. Since then, Norfolk State has gotten 2 stops defensively.
And they had a turnover turned over by a roughing the passer call against Old Dominion.
And then they got their one shot that they were looking for and took advantage of it.
Carter with a 2nd down and 6. Ball on the 17-yard line. Straight drop back, little screen pass. He's got it to Hewlett, and Hewlett has a blocker or two out in front and gets spun around. What a nice play there. That's Therese Dickerson.
Dickerson was the only guy over there that could make that play. That was a well-designed and well-set-up screen. Hewlett had a lot of space and a lot of blockers in front of him. Dickerson fought off the blocker and got a hold of him because there's nobody behind him. There's nothing but a bunch of fake grass with stripes on it.
Brand new fake grass with stripes on it.
It looks good.
It's fluffy. They say it takes about a year for a new field to settle. Here's a 3rd and 1 for Norfolk State. Hewlett to the left of Juwan Carter. Spartans trying to get back into things before halftime. He's going to throw for plenty of room and plenty of space across the 30, 35. Juwan Carter to the 45-yard line. Finally brought down after he got deep into the secondary. Garner was there along with Calvin Bruton.
Bruton, another transfer for the Monarchs. Came in from Florida State. A little bit of Monarchs' own medicine there.
Break the first wave there, and you've got a lot of open ocean.
And Juwan Carter says, I can take off with it too. Watch this, Smart, and he takes off.
3:15 to go in the half. Spartans rolling. And the handoff here, and it's Savage tries to go back the other way, and that's not going to happen. Let's go down to Doug Ripley. Doug, any change in the momentum here, vibe-wise, in the building? Because seems a little less air in it.
Well, I think a part of it is everybody's still getting used to the new surroundings. I see a lot of people just kind of looking around a little bit more so than usual, just taking it all in and figuring out what are all the interesting nooks and crannies of this new SB Ballard Stadium. And in doing so, there's a little bit of a lull, and Norfolk State's starting to find a little momentum as a result.
Getting their sea legs, if you will, with a 2nd down and 10 from their own 45-yard line. Ball on the far hash, handed off, and Savage gets pasted there. Doing the pasting for Old Dominion, Geronda Hall.
Another good play by Miser, though. Miser got a hand on his foot. A little more penetration up front. We're starting to see some more interesting play calls from the Spartans here. They're not just going straight zone left, zone right anymore. They're mixing it up a little bit, throwing in the screen, the big slant that they scored on.
All right, 2:12 to go in the half, Andy. There's a big play right here. 3rd down and 8, and the Monarch defense is asking for noise from the fans in their seats here at Cornblow Field at SB Ballard Stadium. Big play coming up for the Spartans. They need the Old Dominion 45 to keep the drive going.
Not good on 3rd down last year.
Play action pass. Carter looking back, throws, pass is going to be caught. Oh! Jumped at the 49-yard line, laying the wood right there was Marcus Haynes.
That's that hybrid position, the linebacker / defensive end. That time it was more linebacker. He dropped back into coverage and was right where he needed to be to put the hit on Haynes and stop him short of the 1st down.
James getting hammered by Haynes right there, and it forces a Norfolk State punt. On to do the kicking is Ryan Richter. He's a sophomore at California.
A really good kick his last time that put the Monarchs deep in their own territory.
Well, Herslow made a mistake by not catching it on the fly. Now, granted, if you aren't sure you can make the catch, you got to let it hit, but that led to problems. Here's another beautiful boot that's going to go in the end zone or stop right there. Oh, it's going to stop right there. What a kick from Richter. And it's down inside the 5.
Was that about the new turf taking a while to settle?
Yeah, maybe fluffy with the sand on the rubber balls there.
It's got pretty good grip on it, I can tell you that. That was some backspin on that thing.
1:02 to play in our first half. Old Dominion scored the first 14. Norfolk State's the last touchdown, and a long pass and run from Jawan Carter to Kendall James.
This will be interesting to see how aggressive Brian Scott is going to be coming out of his own end zone like this. With 1:02, I mean, it's plenty of time to go down and put some more points on the board, or is he just going to try to get it out of his own end zone and eat the rest of this clock and go into halftime?
Or if you're Latrell Scott, you start calling out timeouts.
Oh, he definitely will call timeouts.
Stone Smart's gone all the way at quarterback for Old Dominion. Takes the snap, hands it off to Elijah Davis, and he gets rolled down around the 8-yard line. Gain of about 4.5. Clock keeps going.
I thought he was going to call timeout. It's a bit of a big first gain on first down. If you stone them there, then you call the timeout. Now you're just trying to run the clock out.
40 seconds, turning clock here.
Monarchs are not in a hurry, so they're going to be, at least they look like they're going to be okay with taking a lead into halftime.
Smart with Davis behind him. A wide receiver deployed to each side. Expect a handoff. It's a handoff to Elijah Davis. And he gets out to about the 14, close to the first down, and they'll stop the clock there and maybe move the chains.
Yeah, they're going to give it to him.
Now, how about a little play action deal here? Bombs away. What do you say?
I mean, I think it's set up, and you got to test these corners at some point. They have not gone deep all game. I mean, most of the passes have been on the run or off of play action. None of them have been really deep.
Don't have to snap it again before the half, and they'll just let it roll down to zeros. 30 minutes in the books. The first ever game at Kornblau Field at SB Ballard Stadium. The Monarchs off to a fast start. Had a 14-0 lead. But in the end, the Spartans hang in there. They score the last touchdown.
What would you like the power to do?
Change momentum, but it also changed field position. The Monarchs had dominated field position up to that point. The missed field goal and then the turnover on the other side, and suddenly you got all the momentum going.
Coming up as we roll through this halftime segments, as you listen to the Norfolk State Spartan band behind us, you will be getting the stats from the first half. Also, Alex Brooks standing by watching some crazy stuff in this first full weekend of college football, including Middle Tennessee leading Michigan. Whoa. That story's coming up as we roll on the ODU Sports Radio Network.
On the football field, a great defense can win the game. Off the field, a great defense has your back when you need it most. If your identity is stolen, no matter where it happens, Atlantic Union Bank's Identity Theft Resolution Services can help you resolve it. And it's free to those with personal checking accounts. Ready to bank better? Visit AtlanticUnionBank.com or any of their branches. Atlantic Union Bank is a proud sponsor of Old Dominion Athletics. Free ID Theft Resolution Services are available to free checking customers with a monthly direct deposit of $500 or greater, or any other Atlantic Union Bank personal checking account. Member FDIC.
Hey, Harris Teeter shoppers. It's easy to save on fuel with Harris Teeter's new Fuel Points program. Just use your VIC card every time you shop, and you'll earn 1 fuel point for every $1 you spend on participating items. For every 100 fuel points you earn, you can save 10 cents per gallon on fuel purchases at any Harris Teeter fuel center and participating BP or Amoco location. The more fuel points you earn, the more you can save. Up to $1 per gallon. Terms and conditions apply. Visit HarrisTeeter.com to learn more.
My Harris Teeter.
Cypress Point Country Club would like to invite you to visit the area's finest semi-private country club. Spend the day enjoying challenging golf, and when you're finished, relax in the spacious clubhouse. If you're in search of a place for banquets, receptions, or just a night out to relax, Cypress Point's restaurant can meet all your needs. They also have a limited membership available. For more information, call 490-6300. The Cypress Point Country Club.
When you're
not cheering on your favorite team and you're ready to tackle that large job or weekend project, Sunbelt Rentals has the equipment you need.
The power to do.
Time you buy a lottery ticket, you're supporting another important team, public schools. Since 1988, the Virginia Lottery has raised over $9 billion for Virginia public schools, and we couldn't have done it without you. So thanks for helping make our 30th season a winner.
The Virginia Lottery, celebrating 30 years of fun. We're game for education.
ODU fans, did you know that the ODU athletic family trusts their vision needs to Dr. Seipel and Dragon at Southern Eye Care Associates? When it comes to contact lenses and designer eyewear, there is no one more trustworthy than the team at Southern Eye Care. They have been taking care of the ODU athletic family for over 20 years. Visit them on the web at SeifelandDragonEye.com and check out their e-store or call 588-5423 for an appointment. You'll see a difference. Southern Eye Care.
Hey Monarch fans, Atlantic Bay Mortgage Group is a proud sponsor of ODU Athletics. For over 22 years, Atlantic Bay has been helping families purchase the home of their dreams, and as the #1 lender in Hampton Roads, we look forward to helping even more families for years to come. With our tailor-made
high in the preseason.
Yeah, they are. And they got Bronco Mendenhall has done a great job with that program, and man, has he turned it around in a hurry. I mean, they were down for a little bit, but Mendenhall got there, and he's got to go in the right direction for sure now.
So, Virginia Tech and Virginia on the horizon, but Norfolk State still right in front of us. Second half action coming up in just a bit. Up next here, as we celebrate a 14-6 Old Dominion lead over Norfolk State, Alex Brooks takes us on a trip around college football nationwide, including some surprises. That's next on the ODU Sports Radio Network.
Spivey Rentals is a proud sponsor of ODU Athletics. Spivey offers construction services and specializes in traffic control, portable toilets, disposal, recycling, and special events rentals. Since 1969, Spivey has offered a variety of products and services to meet the needs of contractors.
What would you like the power to do?
Been successful.
Congratulations. You are now off the couch and out exploring the world.
Roger that.
Get charged up for what's coming next anytime, anywhere with Mountain Dew Kickstart. Available in 10 energizing flavors like Midnight Grape, Pineapple Orange Mango, and Orange Citrus. Mountain Dew Kickstart. It all starts with a kick.
The Bottom Line Sales Event is going on right now at Bannister Nissan. Now through Tuesday at 8 p.m., choose from over 800 vehicles in stock. Cars, trucks, and SUVs with no payments until December. Plus, we'll give you up to $7,500 over Kelly Blue Book for your trade. We can help with all credit situations, so let's swap keys today at Bannister Nissan in Chesapeake and Norfolk or at BannisterNissan.com. Sale ends Tuesday at 8 p.m. Only at Bannister Nissan of Chesapeake on Battlefield Boulevard or Bannister Nissan of Norfolk on Military Highway, across from Target.
Health plan that keeps up. Virginians count on Optima Health, a Virginia-based health plan, offering many flexible plans, helpful wellness tools, and a great network of top doctors. Optima Health helps families stay healthy at home and at work. To learn more, ask your broker or visit OptimaHealth.com. That's OptimaHealth.com. Optima Health is a proud sponsor of ODU Athletics.
This has been the Monarch Football Halftime Show. Buckle up, Monarch Nation. Second half action is straight ahead on the ODU Sports Radio Network.
You're listening to Old Dominion University football on the ODU Sports Radio Network. Old Dominion University football is presented by Team Monarch Partners. Pepsi, the official soft drink of ODU Athletics. Pepsi, live for now. Cox Communications, you can expect more from Cox Business. Switch today at coxbusiness.com. The Virginia Lottery, we're game for the Monarchs. And Atlantic Bay Mortgage Group. Atlantic Bay believes lending peace of mind goes beyond mortgages.
Outdoor light show.
An outdoor light show. The new Moscow lighting. The ribbon boards. This audio and video extravaganza is what $2.5 million will get you. An addition late in the process to this $70 million project. And boy, tonight you're kind of seeing why it was such a good idea. Something to keep the fans engaged. Doug Ripley, down to you on the sidelines with your thoughts of the club atmosphere here.
Whoa. that was interesting. Didn't see that coming. I mean, I knew about the lights, but wow, that was pretty cool.
And your thoughts on this second half? Coach Wilder told you, Doug, one missed play can mess everything up, and it's troublesome.
Well, and as next week's opponent for Old Dominion found out the hard way last year, you keep a team that's not supposed to beat you close for a long period of time. It could work against you when it's all said and done. Old Dominion, you're on them to take control at this stage of the game here. Norfolk State, keep doing your thing. You found momentum in the second half. I'm really curious to see how the Spartans come out getting the ball first. That's a big break here for the Spartans, and they got a great opportunity to make this a ball game here in this third quarter.
If you didn't hear Alex Brooks in the update at halftime, Virginia Tech loses to Boston College today. The Hokies are going to be ready for Norfolk State next Saturday at noon. Brad Davis kicking off right to left. Back for the Spartans, Kevin Johnson and Tremaine Talbert. He's gone to Talbert a couple of times. He will again for the third consecutive kickoff, and he'll take a knee, and it'll be a touchback. Norfolk State's looking for the game-tying touchdown with this third quarter opening with a 1st and 10 for the Spartans from the 25.
Obeying the stop sign that time. Give some credit to Brad Davis. He's beefed up his leg in the offseason, it looks like, because he's been hitting the end zone consecutively 3 straight kickoffs now.
Well, and you have to give all these guys credit for the work they did in the offseason.
Now, some of that goes to the new strength and conditioning coach.
Right. Yep. He's brought a new attitude into the weight room. It's where competition and brotherhood and motivation, you got to have all those things in the dog days of the off season when you have nothing really to play for except each other, and they've done a great job getting bigger and stronger. Now, whether that'll translate into more wins, we'll have to wait and see. 1st and 10, Norfolk State moving left to right here in the third. The handoff, and Savage tries to pick and choose his way. He does across the 25, maybe a 2-yard gain on that first down carry.
A couple of good moves to get that. It's a chess match right now. It's almost one-on-one between Juwan Carter and Stone Smart. 65 yards versus 63. Smart's got 36 yards on the ground. Carter has 30 yards on the ground. They're very similar. Both of these offenses are actually pretty similar. They like to run it, and they have mobile, accurate running quarterbacks.
14-6, Old Dominion leading the Spartans here in Norfolk. Just 4 miles separating these two. The pass to Savage is caught, but behind the line of scrimmage. Great play. Therese Dickerson, that's Hall, the first man on the scene, and then his mates came to clean up the mess.
Yeah, it was a good rush off the edge by Keon White. He almost knocked that ball down behind the line of scrimmage, and then Geronda Hall read the screen and blew right through the blocking to put the initial hit on him, and White came from behind and finished the play after almost knocking it down.
So here we go. 3rd down and 13 for Norfolk State. They need to get to the 35-yard line to move the chains. First drive of this third quarter. Monarchs by 8 here in Norfolk.
Spartans 1 for 7 on 3rd down in the first half.
Pressure over the middle. Pass is caught. It'll need yards after catch, and James gets the first down and much more out near midfield. Finally brought down by Bruton. Oh, what a weapon to Kendall James is.
The flag coming in way late. There might be some extracurriculars going on. It looks like Justin Redd mixing it up with Juwan Ross, and I don't know who the flag is going to be on. That was right around the 40-yard line.
Kenneth Kirby also holding the hands out saying, who me? Or what do you got to be talking about here? Billy Williams is our referee.
And the question is, was that a flop by Juwan Ross? Is he trying to get some World Cup points, or was it an actual shove, or
a conversion on 3rd and long for Norfolk State? It's what's
now, this is
in the books now.
It's after the play, though, so
it'll be a first down.
It'll be a first down regardless. Only their second, third down conversion, and again, a huge play.
And a lengthy discussion.
After the play, unsportsmanlike conduct, number 70 on the offense, 15-yard penalty from the end of the run. The result of the play is a first down.
You're right, Justin Red. They're called for the infraction, and they'll back it up, and it will be a first down.
If it was a flop, it was a good one. So the first down will stand, but it'll cost them some yards. But that's the second time that DeKendall James has come over the middle, and you see the speed on that guy. He gets in the open field, and he is just exciting to watch.
Andy, they list him at 6'1". He looks taller than that. He looks longer than that.
Redshirt freshman. Again, he's a transfer from Coastal Carolina.
A Chanticleer in the past. And here's a play-action pass. Carter, and he's going to get chased and sacked. And there's a sack from Marcus Haynes back at the 22-yard line. The first Highval Industries jacked-up sack of 2019. Go to highval.com for all your hydraulic needs.
So already Haynes has made a couple of good plays from that bandit position. He decked the tight end on that crossing route earlier, and this time he gets in behind the line. Gets a little help from Miser, but Haynes in there with the sack.
Get another look at it. The play action didn't fool anybody, and then speed from Haynes.
Yeah, that's the object of this new defense from Blackwell is speed, especially off the edges.
2nd and 18. Carter pass. Past Hall, and it's caught at the 30-yard line. How did that get all the way through? But it did, and that's James again. What a target he's been in his first game as a Spartan.
That looked like it went right through Geronda Hall. James again having himself a pretty good night. Big third down again.
3rd and 11. They converted the last one, set themselves back with a penalty to the Spartans. They're trying to keep things going, trailing 14-6 with 12-12 to go in the third. Thunder sticks loud here. And here's Carter, steps up in the pocket, guns it over the middle. Pass is behind the intended receiver, Sebian Stone.
He was open. He was wide open. That was a good job by Carter of buying time, stepping up into the pocket and letting that play develop. And unfortunately, he just threw it behind his target. Good job right up until he threw it. For a quarterback, that's not good.
Ryan Richter, 2 punts, averaging 51 yards per kick. Jake Herslow is back standing on his 29-yard line. So the Monarch defense answers the call. Snap is good. And whoa, there's another booming kick. The spiral will turn over. Herslow grabs it at his 26, makes the first man miss. Not the second, goes down immediately. Good punt coverage by the Spartan special teams right there. 11:52 to play in our third quarter here in Norfolk. Old Dominion leads Norfolk State.
What would you like the power to do?
.com. Andy Mishaw, second half adjustments as the Monarchs look for their first third quarter possession.
I'd like to see him open it up a little bit, try to go downfield, at least threaten to go downfield.
Here's Stone Smart's gone all the way at quarterback, dancing and runs out of room and runs out of real estate and runs to the line of scrimmage. Brought down there and hassled by Dale Craig from his linebacker position.
I think they're going to give him 1 yard on that, so Craig's not going to get a sack. He won't be happy about that. But it's a 1 yard gain on first down. He will be happy about that.
Will the Monarchs be able to open things up? You've got Stephen Williams, the former quarterback at wide receiver, split to the near side, along with Marcus Joyner. 2 other wides to the far, and here's Smart back to throw. Over the middle, has a man. That's Joyner. Caught at the 38-yard line, across the 40, 45, out to the 47.
That's twice now that Joyner has found himself wide open in the middle, and that's a good route by the tight end. The coverage kind of just backed off. They rotated a little bit towards Williams on the outside, but left a big hole in the zone. Joyner just settled down in there, and that's an easy pitch and a catch.
Mark it at the 46. A first down for Old Dominion, moving right to left with a 14-6 third quarter lead. Stone Smart again. Back to throw, looks left, looks right, guns the ball. Pass is caught. What a grab there by Kuma at the 42.
That's when you go back to the huddle and your quarterback says, thanks, you just made me look good.
He made him look really good. extended. On the video side, we're getting a look at Smart really drilling it, and Kuma laying it out to make the first down grab at the 41-yard line.
That's how you erase a mistake as the quarterback.
No doubt about it. Need guys to make plays.
But they are opening it up a little bit more downfield passing.
Here's Smart again, looking far side. Pass caught this time by Cunningham, the other Virginia Tech transfer, and he's got first down yardage inside the 30 to the 29.
Tell you what, they're starting to move things around a little bit. Just a little flat route that time.
Well,
Andy, target in rhythm, in stride.
It kind of seems that the Monarchs have been doing this all night, but they only have 14 points off their first two drives to show for it, and no turnover. First down, Old Dominion from the Norfolk State 29. Smart looks right again, has a man, low throw. It's caught at the 20. Right. Only throw it where your guy can catch it.
Exactly. I was going to say, he put that down there on purpose where only Kuma could get down to it.
Brandon Savage, tight defensive work from the Baltimore native, but the ball right on target, and Kuma went down to get it.
They're starting to develop a little chemistry there between two guys who weren't here last year.
Cunningham and Kuma to the far side for Old Dominion. Herslow and Joyner to the near. Second down and short. Hand the ball off, coming near side. Bucking his way to the 18-yard line. His first carry of the year is Robert Washington, the junior from Huntersville, North Carolina.
Was that a flag down or is that a towel down at the 15? That looks like a towel.
Your eyes are better than mine.
It's right around the 14-yard line. There it is. You see it?
The white towel. I see a white towel. That's what made you think that was a... Anywho, first down, Old Dominion from the 18. Smart to throw it again. A little dumping pass to Herslow. They try and set up that screen out there and short yardage. Quick work done defensively by Devin Coles.
So that's on Herslow. He's got to be a little more patient. I know he's trying to get out there. His first ever catch, by the way. He's done a lot on special teams, so it's his first catch. You got to wait just a couple more heartbeats for Weaver to get out there and your tackle to start doing some blocking for you. He kind of outran the blocking. And there's a penalty, a
face mask?
Face mask call. You were looking at the towel, weren't you? You were looking at the towel, and you thought, oh, well, that's not a penalty. It's just a towel.
It's much more than a towel, Andy. It's a first down for Old Dominion from the 8-yard line. A first and goal opportunity for the Monarchs here to increase their lead from 14 to 6.
Whatever that is, it's destroying our broadcast. Somebody get it off the field.
Smart brings a man in motion. Fakes the handoff to him. Washington's open there, but instead wide open in the end zone. Diving incomplete. Cunningham was there wide open, but Smart came downstairs with it.
That's a tough throw. It would have been an easier throw to get it to Washington. That's a very good design play, and it was wide open. Washington could have walked to the end zone. He was so open. But Cunningham was also wide open. It's just a much tougher throw when you're throwing it behind you like that.
It's interesting. One of the things we haven't talked about too much is the ability we've seen from Stone Smart to throw accurately on the run.
Yeah.
That's a much more difficult throw to make, and we saw it right there.
And if you ask Cunningham afterwards, he's going to say that one, I should have caught that anyway.
Second and goal for Old Dominion. Ball on the near hash. Monarchs moving toward what was formerly the student section. And here's the handoff to Elijah Davis. Does he have the speed to get the edge? The answer, no. Nice play on the outside.
That's Price.
Bobby Price. All 6'4" of them having the speed to keep Davis intact, and it's third and goal.
That's tough to do. We've seen Lala Davis outrun a lot of guys. That's some lateral quickness right there from Bobby Price.
3 wide receivers and Keyshawn Strong come in for Bobby Wilder's offense.
And if Price doesn't make that tackle, the pylon is the only thing behind him.
Kuma to the far side.
Timeout.
Norfolk State, they're first. They have 2 remaining.
So the Spartans have taken a timeout here with the Monarchs facing a third and goal from the 9-yard line. Key play coming up. 7:34 to go in the third.
Like the power to do.
Monarchs, third down and goal from the 9 after the Norfolk State timeout. Spartans get the defense for Stone Smart with Keyshawn Strong to his right. 2 wide receivers to the near side. Smart looking near side, floating it over. That pass for Williams is incomplete.
I think the crowd wanted a pass interference call, but they have to do a little more than that to get that call.
Justin Toller defending Williams, and it's 4th down.
Good coverage on that, but see, there's the difference between an experienced receiver and a guy who's getting his first snaps out there. He's very athletic, but there's a skill involved in going up top to make that catch. There's timing involved, and there's a way to position your body to shield off a defender.
I think he jumped a little late.
And there's timing involved in that.
That's what I mean, the timing of the jump. All right, here's a 26-yard field goal attempt from the far hash for Nick Rice, who missed from 35 earlier. This one is up, and this one is good, and the Monarchs extend their advantage to 17-6.
That one made it look easy.
Yeah, not the easiest angle right there for Nick Rice, but after his 11 made field goal streak was broken in the first half, he's started a new one here in the third quarter. Halfway through the third period, Monarchs 17 and the Spartans 6. Monarch football presented in part by Under Armour. Under Armour, the official athletic apparel provider of ODU Athletics. Under Armour's vision is to inspire you with performance solutions you never knew you needed and can't imagine living without.
The other side of that, thinking about running it and going for it, is that was a 11-play, 64-yard drive in a game that you have left points on the table already once or twice with penalties and having a turnover that you missed a field goal on. It was kind of also important to come away with something there just for some momentum and some confidence and to get some more points on the board, a little more separation.
Well, I think at the end of the day, you need to win the football game. And 17-6 sounds a lot better than 14-6.
Scoring more points helps that.
It helps just immensely. Here's Brad Davis. And this one is a sidewinder that's going to bounce and be grabbed at the 13-yard line by the up back, and Stuart Anderson Jr. can't do much with it, and I believe Davis was a little lucky right there. I thought that was going to head out of bounds.
That kick deserved to go out of bounds. That's the one where you duck hook it off the tee and catch a treat, and it comes right back into the fairway.
We call that an Andy. But Davis helped out. And if you're the Spartans right there, you can't take the time to let it go out of bounds because you've got Monarchs storming the castle.
That was the right decision, though. If you're an up back right there, that's the right call.
Yeah.
You got to make that catch. And even if you don't go anywhere, it's still not terrible field position. You're only on the 19, and it avoids a disaster.
So here we go. Juwan Carter has Gerald Hewlett, the redshirt senior from Springfield, Virginia, standing to his right. 2 wides to the far side, 2 to the near. First down handoff. Hewlett going east and west, turns it up, runs into Jerron Ross.
That ball come loose? They're fighting for it
like it came loose. A little bit of a scramble.
Nobody giving any indications.
And it'll be second down for the Spartans after no gain on that first Hewlett running play.
Well, they wanted this Monarch defense to be faster, and it has looked faster most of the night. Henry ran that one down from behind on the opposite side of the play. Geronda Hall has played very well at that nickel spot in a couple of places, including run support.
2 yards on the first down carry gives Juwan Carter a 2nd and 8 to think about. Pass, caught, first down. Nice pass and catch, Anthony Williams.
I think that one did get loose, but it went right out of bounds.
It's his first grab of the night, and they'll move the chains.
That's what they're going to have to do. That was a very quick release. They're not going to have time to stand back there and look to go downfield. They're going to have quick, in-rhythm throws for Carter.
It's not really a 2-step drop. It's sort of a no-step drop. It's the shotgun. You turn and fire, and you hope you've got enough cushion on the outside. And that time, Anthony Williams did. First down for the Spartans. From the 30, play-action pass, rolling near side. Carter has room to run if he wants to. Flags are flying, and he's pushed out of bounds at the 31-yard line by Jerwanda Hall. See what this penalty is. It's in the backfield. Henry says it's going to be against Norfolk State.
In the area of holding. Or you roll the pocket out. That's the other way to get your guy a little extra time to throw it.
Holding, number 66 of the offense. 10-yard penalty from the previous spot. First down.
I'll give Billy Williams maybe top 10 category of good voices for referees.
I was going to say that earlier.
He's right up there.
He's got pipes for a ref. That's Taro Lipsicum, the right tackle, on the holding call that gives him a chance to use those pipes.
Maybe it's just the wonderful audio system here at Cornblow Field
at also helps.
Stadium. All right, first down and 20 for Norfolk State. Line of scrimmage is their own 20-yard line. Carter's got everybody on the student body ready to go out in the pattern. Garner showing blitz, then backs off. Carter decides to keep it himself, and with no one there, why not? Dives across the 30 to the 34, getting a nice chunk of yardage on first down. It'll be second down and about 7.
Little chess match there between Carter and Garner. Garner shows blitz, and then when he backed out of it, Carter immediately took off right where he backed out from. And he got back all of that holding call plus some. That's a smart veteran quarterback right there. That's a good move.
Kendall James back in the lineup here in the middle of 3, split to the far side. He's been the big weapon.
That hole he ran through was right where Carter or Lawrence Garner had just been and vacated to go to man cover.
2nd and 7. 5 minutes to go in the third. Pass is going to be caught there. The tight end Williams, another grab.
Stunt blitz up the middle, and Carter sees it and gets rid of it in a hurry. It's caught, but it's going to bring up a 3rd and 3 now. 3rd and 2.
After a 1st and 20, they're gnawing their way toward first down yardage. Late third quarter, 17-6, Old Dominion leading Norfolk State. The 4th ever meeting between these two Norfolk schools, separated by 4 miles. Carter in the shotgun. Hands the ball off, coming near side. Savage spins toward first down yardage. Aaron Savage's best run of the night will move the chains for NSU.
That's just good effort by Savage. It collapsed down. Was out there on that edge, but he was in man coverage on the tight end who kind of cleared out. Little RPO look. But when he cleared out, there was nobody on that edge. A couple of defenders came down, but Savage extra effort is what got him.
5 wides, ready to roll for NSU as we go under 4 minutes to play in the third here at Cornblow Field at SB Ballard Stadium. Brand new facility, built in 9 months. Looking good here tonight, as has Carter. He got popped, ball comes loose, it's on the ground.
A lucky bounce for the Spartans.
Looks like Jalen Powell, the offensive lineman. No, that's Geronda Hall coming away with it. And the Monarchs have their second turnover of the game. I thought the offensive lineman Powell was able to get on it. He's still down. And it's sudden change. 3:41 to play in the third quarter. Monarch football. Off the fumble recovery by Geronda Hall, the second Norfolk State turnover of the game. Old Dominion takes over. 1st and 10 on the NSU 46-yard line, trying to build on a 17-6 advantage. Stone Smart's gone all the way at quarterback. That pass is caught on the far side, the 40-yard line. Aaron Moore makes his first catch as a Monarch.
Again, Hall or Smart on the run that time. Accurate outside the pocket. That was a good hit by Justin Richardson, who jarred that fumble loose. And then it just took a good bounce for the Monarchs. It really did look like Jalen Powell was going to jump on that, but it bounced away from him at the last second, right to Hall.
Herslow and Joyner to the far side. Williams and Moore to the near. And here's Smart keeping it, and perhaps had better ideas in the back of his mind as he's gobbled up for no gain.
Yeah, that's a misread right there. You got to let Davis take that handoff.
And those are split-second decisions that come from experience and working with everybody, and that's just not to be really expected in game one.
It is not an easy skill because you got to be able to take that ball from the running back without dropping it yourself while reading your key defensively, whichever player that is on that particular play.
3rd down and 5 for Stone Smarts. Pumps once, comes near side. That's going to be a problem if he's going to throw. Throws across his body toward Herslow. Pass caught. Oh, what a play by Stone Smart, and Jake Herslow hangs in there inside the 15 for a Monarch first.
That's a pretty good catch right there by Herslow on the sideline, but an outstanding throw, but it might be coming back.
There's a penalty on the play.
Holding 71 of the offense. 10-yard penalty for the previous spot. Remains third down.
Well,
it does come back.
And it was holding, and those things happen. We get the joyful tones of Billy Williams, the referee, but if you're a Monarch fan, you'd hate to see that wonderful play by Stone Smart and Jake Herslow turn back. If you're playing for Norfolk State, it's like, hey, stop holding our guys.
Well, that happens when the quarterback breaks out on a scramble like that. Defensive ends kind of start to turn away from you. When you turn away from you, sometimes that jersey pulls out, and that's an easy flag.
Monarchs need to get to the NSU 36-yard line for a first down. Here's they're going to hand it off to Elijah Davis, who goes straight up the gut inside the 45 to the 44. Looks like it'll be Bailey Kate time. Monarch punter. Of course, if you love statistics, NSU led all of the FCS in punt return average a year ago thanks to Marcus Taylor. 21 yards a return. It's a huge weapon for them. This time they send Bobby Price back to field this Bailey Kate effort. Kate tonight, couple of punts, a 36.5-yard average. And here we go. Gives it about a 6-iron. It's going to bounce, and can they keep it in? No, what an effort there. Is that Hatcher from the snapper position? B.R. Hatcher's the long snapper, and he tried to keep it in bounds there. Let's see.
There's another flag down.
It was 4th and 8 for the Monarchs, if you're wondering.
Maybe somebody jumped.
Illegal formation on the offense. More than 5 in the backfield. Encroachment lined up in the neutral zone on the defense. So his penalty is offset. We'll replay 4th down.
Try it again.
Oh, there you go. I did think somebody was over the line of scrimmage there, but they had too many guys in the backfield to offset it.
Andy, tell me how this happens. The long snapper, B.R. Hatcher, snaps the ball to the punter, and he ends up being all the way down the field to almost keep it inside the 5.
Well, he's the guy that can snap it and take off. Everybody else has to kind of, you got your wingers who can go flying down the field. Everybody in between, though, has to kind of wait until they get it off. He can take off downfield, kind of get a bit of a head start.
Great point. Here's Kate once again. Oh, that's about an 8-iron. It's going to bounce inside the 5. And here we go. That's going to be business for Old Dominion.
Ooh, good hands.
There we go. Great hands there from Lance Boykin, I believe. And it'll be...
That might be Keyshawn Strong.
They both wear number 1. Whoever it was did a wonderful job. Keyshawn Strong on special teams, bottling up the Spartans on their own 1 now.
So I think we've established that area of the field is good for footballs to stop. Because
yes.
We've seen a couple of them die right there.
Well, brand new fields are a little fluffier than older fields, and the Monarchs, while replacing the stadium, decided, what the hey, let's do the field as well. And after 10 years, usually the artificial surface fields are just about had it.
It was kind of a scheduled replacement anyway.
Again, if you're just joining us, Ted Alexander, Andy Mishaw, Doug Ripley here at the brand new Cornblow Field at SB Ballard Stadium. Official capacity here, 21,944. A couple of thousand more than the facility from a year ago, Foreman Field. In 9 months, they tore down one stadium and built another, and this is opening night. Juwan Carter with his team trailing 17-6, and we've got flags, and that's probably going to go against Old Dominion.
Keon White, the head start there. He's looking to split those defenders, and he's thinking safety, or better if I can get in there. He jumped the gun a little bit.
Offside. On the defense, number 6. Contact, 5-yard penalty, remains first down.
So that helps out the cause, gets Juwan Carter a little bit more room to work with, and it's a 1st and 5 now from their 6.
That's huge. That gives you a lot more breathing room back there.
When little penalties are bigger than the yardage might tell you. Here's Carter, fakes the handoff from his end zone, coming near side and deep, and that's incomplete. Intended for Sebian Stone, and good defense from Boykin.
Boykin was all over him that time. He sort of ran the route in front of him. Did the old interstate move. He got it cut off in front of him and then slowed down and made sure he couldn't get to it without running over him.
And it's 2nd down and 5.
Hadn't called Boykin's name a whole lot because the Spartans hadn't gone downfield a lot.
Here's the handoff, and Savage across the 5, and it's going to be 3rd down for the Spartans here. They need to get to the 11 to move those chains from deep in their own zone as we head into the final minute of the 3rd quarter. Monarchs 17, Spartans 6.
Again, good defense that time. Off the edge, Henry did not allow, or White did not allow him to get outside, forced him back inside.
So big play for both sides here. Carter on a 3rd and 4. Has the football, quickly gets it out of his hands. Pass complete. 1st down. Well done, Spartan. Sean McFarland's first catch. And the junior from Selden, New York, will help his team out of the shadow of their own end zone.
Carter's been impressive. He knew he had nobody back there really to help him out. When he split 4 wide like that, Monarchs, they were trying to call a timeout there. Did not think they had the right coverage. They did not get the timeout called in time.
From the 15-yard line, it's a 1st down as we're in the final 5 seconds of quarter number 3. And it looks like they will let the clock go to zeros, and we'll have 15 minutes of action remaining. 45 minutes in the books here at Cornblow Field at SB Ballard Stadium. Old Dominion 17, Norfolk State 6. Back to this 4th Battle of the Mermaids. Sports Radio Network.
This whole thing just feels odd. The Monarchs have held the Spartans to 167 yards of total offense, but they've only got 226 yards themselves. I mean, Smart has only missed 3 passes. He's 15 of 18, but there's only 17 points on the board.
Starting the 4th quarter, moving right to left. It's Carter faking right, going left, has a man across the 20. Nice tackle there from Meisner on Justin Smith.
That's a nose tackle that came in on the screen, read the screen, stopped, ran backwards, and was able to chase down the receiver from behind. It just feels like this game should be more lopsided than it is.
Gain of 7 on the 1st down pass and run. 2nd and 3. Carter doesn't have... Oh, look at that. Ross and Meiser in to just pace the NSU quarterback. And a flag's going to come flying.
They may call that taunting.
Here we go. Ross and Meiser in on the sack. High Val jacked up sack. Number 2 for the Monarchs.
They came from behind, too, right up the middle when he was finishing his play fake.
Go to highval.com for all your hydraulic needs.
See this little stunt up the middle, and Ross and Meiser just right up the middle, and then a little late activity behind it.
But who did the late work? Let's find out from Billy Williams.
There are 2 fouls on the play. After the play, unsportsmanlike conduct. Number 6 of the defense. Unsportsmanlike conduct. Number 63 of the offense. Those are both of those players first towards disqualification. The ruling on the field is a fumble recovered by the offense. It'll be 3rd down.
Well, lots to unpack there, Andy. You want to start?
So they all setting fouls. No harm, no foul, except for the fact that those are first check marks on the unsportsmanlike on each of those. Keon White. That's the shot. It's a late shot, I think. After the play, Wilder still looking for some kind of explanation. He's not happy about that.
And it brings up a key 3rd down for Norfolk State, trailing 17-6, 1st minute of the 4th quarter here in Norfolk.
He doesn't think Keon White did anything wrong, which is why he's saying that should not be a penalty against us.
2nd major penalty for Keon White. 1 cost the Monarchs an interception. So it's a 3rd down and 8. They need the 25-yard line. Carter, play action pass. Pressure's on. Flush to the far side. Rolling, throwing, and that's going to be incomplete. Jordan Young was looking for that interception, but the pass a little low as Carter was under duress, and it's 4th down.
Yeah, and he had a man open, too. That was Savage out of the backfield. The pressure was what made that pass incomplete because he was running and trying to stay away from the pressure. But Savage was open. He had outrun Jordan Young.
Ryan Richter's averaging 48.3 yards a punt. He's been a solid performer for the Spartans here today. And Jake Herslow is going to hopefully get an opportunity to return one. A low spiral. Herslow's going to let it bounce. It does at the 42 and takes a Monarch bounce. And it's hitting, pinballing off a bunch of folks. Herslow picks it up, and that was a bad time waiting to happen.
Well, that thing, he was not sure whether or not that bounced off a Monarch's leg. So he decided.
I thought they were playing soccer there for a second, Andy.
Either he thought it hit somebody's leg, or
Discovery, lease a 2019 Mazda CUV, and we'll make your first monthly payment.
To that good start and head into a tougher part. So it'll be Monarch football, 1st and 10 from their own 36-yard line. Andy, you brought up a good point about it was a no-risk play by Herslow.
Yeah, it had bounced off of a Spartan right around where it's spotted now, which means it's a free return. If Herslow picks it up, and even if he fumbles it, it goes back to that spot.
Here's a reverse, and this is Stephen Williams. He's a left-hander. Keep that in mind. He's thinking deep. He loads it up for Herslow, and it's going to be picked off. First turnover of the year for Old Dominion. It's a Norfolk State INT.
That ball made it come loose after the tackle. I think they got it back.
Well, you try and do something a little funky, and it blows up in your face, and Norfolk State's going to take advantage there with their first takeaway. That's Devin Coles.
That was not a good decision. He should have just kept running that. He had some space in front of him. I know he wanted to make that throw, but the throw wasn't there. Herslow was surrounded by a couple of white shirts. This is a pretty good job defensively.
Great job defensively.
3 white shirts around Herslow there. They did not bite on that fake at all. They knew Stephen Williams was out there, and I'm sure Latrell Scott has bored it into their skulls coming into this, if this guy can throw the ball. So they may try something like this. They did not bite on the fake, and Williams should have just taken that. He should have just run that.
Sometimes the trick plays, you got to eat it. But there's so much desire to make them work. 1st and 10, though, Norfolk State off the sudden change from the Old Dominion 43. Carter looking calm as a cucumber there and drilling the ball for 10 yards far side.
Carter has been very impressive in this game.
And coming alive in the second half is Anthony Williams. Makes another catch there. You know, the only way you can win with that play is if Williams can out-throw the defense. And Herslow was behind everybody, but that's the first time he's thrown the ball all game, and that's a tough putt.
That's a very tough throw, and I mean that's one he's got to pull down. You just can't make that decision.
All right, here we go. Carter, 2nd and short, running, makes a couple of guys miss, has a first down at the 30-yard line, and the Spartans are trying to take advantage of the Monarch miscue. Lawrence Garner on the tackle for Old Dominion, but they'll move the chains to the ODU 31 with a fresh set of downs. We're pleased to be joined by the Director of Athletics here at Old Dominion University, Dr. Wood Seelig. Wood, what a night here. How about the facility?
A great opening night. I am so proud for all ODU Monarch fans, not just here in the house, but everywhere. Great pride tonight.
First down from the near hash mark. Jawan Carter, who's been impressive, trying to spoil the party, goes for it all down the middle. Pass is incomplete, and that's a flag. And will that flag go against the Monarchs? Yes, as to Kendall James, who scored the only Spartan touchdown, is down, and that looks like it's drawn a flag.
Intended for Kendall James, incomplete. There is a pass interference. 43 the defense. 15-yard penalty. Automatic first down.
Automatic first down. It's 43. Not a spot foul. Trying to figure out who 43 is here, Andy. He's not on the roster. A second time we've got a penalty on a Monarch that wasn't on the roster.
I think he meant 23.
That would be Hall. And James is still down in the end zone. 12:27 to play. Old Dominion 17, Norfolk State 6, but the Spartans could be in business. Let's see, we're going to take a break here and be back to Cornblow Field to talk more with Dr.
Of Discovery, lease a 2019 Mazda CUV, and we'll make your first monthly payment.
And this feels like a big-time college football venue.
So after we settle everything down here, it's a 1st and 10 for Norfolk State from the Old Dominion 15-yard line. 17-6 our score. Spartans looking to make this thing interesting as we get this fourth quarter up and running. Rolling right, throwing behind the intended receiver. That'll be incomplete. A second down coming up. We continue with Dr. Wood Seelig, the Director of Athletics here at Old Dominion. When you thought about this project, a 9-month thing, because he didn't want to have to play this season in somebody else's venue or somewhere where the fans couldn't have the real impact. Did you think it could get done? Obviously, you hope, but...
In Ballard, we trust, and we just had to put all of our faith and confidence in Steve Ballard, and it was rewarded tonight.
What's the main thing you're hearing from people? I heard a lot of oh wows walking in. What's the thing you're hearing? On this second down and 10 play, Jawan Carter over the middle has a man pass, caught inside the 5, lunging down to the 1-yard line. Sabian Stone with his biggest play of the night, and the Spartans are in business. First and goal.
Yeah, to me, I think the overwhelming comment was that people just can't believe that 9 months ago, many of them were at the VMI game, and they left in late November and returned here in late August, and they feel like they're in a true FBS college venue.
And a good ball game here with the Spartans looking to make things even more interesting. And here's Carter. He's going to keep it himself, and he's going to get stacked up at the line of scrimmage. Did he get across? No, he did not. Second and goal coming up for NSU.
That's Keon White. Got a hold of him and actually pulled him backwards from the line.
What's the favorite thing? What's your favorite thing so far?
To me, my favorite thing is the Town Bank video board because it pops. And it's the same board the Kansas City Chiefs of the NFL use. And to me, it gives you the replay, gives you the clarity, gives you the living room feel here in the great outdoors of SB Ballard Stadium.
How about the light show?
The sound in the light show is pretty good, too.
All right, here we go. Second down and goal for Norfolk State Spartans. Trying to ruin this stadium opening party. Carter rolling to the far side, still rolling. Now he throws, pass into the end zone. Touchdown, Norfolk State. Spartans right back in it with 11:03 to go. It's 17-12 Old Dominion.
That's a great throw by Carter. I mean, he is having himself a night. On the run, throws back across his body.
McFarland was there and made a sliding catch. Same kind of play that the Monarchs couldn't convert with the opening of the tight end in the end zone, but this time Norfolk State does. Will they go for 2?
Yes, they are, because they're putting it over on the left hash.
Trying to make it a one-score game. They had their first extra point attempt clank off the left upright. No good. And so now they're trying to play a little catch-up. Make it a one-field goal game.
This is where that mobile quarterback can give you all kinds of advantages and choices here.
James in motion from the near to the far. Snap to Carter. He's looking over the middle. Still looking. Guns it over the middle. Pass caught. That's James, and it's 17-14. And we've got ourselves a ball game here at Kornblau Field at SB Ballard Stadium. I guess Wood Seelig, you want to have a good ball game too, right?
No, I didn't want a good game. I was hoping for an ODU blowout, but we still have 11 minutes to accomplish that.
We also want people to realize you aren't finished here. There's still things to be done, and there's still workers working to make sure this thing is buttoned up and all those types of things. But to reach the finish line of August 31st in just 9 months, to have it here like it is today, unbelievable.
Well, we know we don't have it yet perfect, and we know there's some improvements that we need and can make. So what we want to do for the next 3 weeks is to hear feedback from fans who came out for the first night. What did we do well? What do we need to improve? What can we correct or fix? Because that's the only way we're going to know about a lot of the issues that might be there. I hope they're not a lot, but if there are a couple that we need to work on, we need to hear from our fans how we can improve on their game day experience.
Dr. Wood Seelig, Director of Athletics at Old Dominion, 11:03 to go in this ball game that's turning into a barn burner. Well done. Congratulations.
Thank you, sir. Thank you. Appreciate it, Ted. Thank you, Andy.
Thank you. Hey, we got a brand new booth. Thank you.
That's Dr. Wood Seelig as the Monarchs and the Spartans. As we thought, these guys have played 3 times previously, once in the playoffs in FCS back in 2011. Monarchs won that one 35-18, then 27-24 and 24-10. So these have been tight ball games. Here's an opportunity for a kickoff return. Oh, lay in the wood at the 30. Well. Mr. Watson, find a solution there.
Well, that was a heck of a shot right there. That was special teams. That's Smith.
Bam. A totally legal shot. That's Trayshawn Smith, the redshirt freshman from Chester, Virginia. Really making his presence felt, and again, you've got momentum. And this all began with the Monarchs trying the tricky flea flicker thing and a horrible interception. And let's see what they can do to bounce back and try and seize the momentum in what is now a one field goal game. Stone Smart's gone all the way at QB, near side for Williams, incomplete, pass a little low.
That's one you got to catch, though. Now, Williams, if a little more experience, he might come back to that ball a little more. He was worried about the sideline, I think. He was trying to make sure he stayed in bounds, and you could come back to that ball a little bit and help your quarterback out. I mean, he should have been a better throw, but it's also one that maybe he should have caught.
Monarchs led 14-0 after one, 14-6 at halftime, 17-6 going into the fourth. It's now 17-14. Stone Smart back to throw, bouncing, wings it deep down the middle, turning. It's picked off again. INT for NSU. That's Nairi Quinterly.
They're trying to strip it from his hands. Still, now they finally blow the whistle. They were trying to strip it from Quinterly. They're still pushing and shoving. Now, he may have gotten bumped when he threw that.
Again, it's underthrown, and Quinterly is right there. 2 straight drives, 2 straight turnovers for Old Dominion after playing error-free throughout.
Yeah, I don't know whether he got hit. It's a wobbly ball, and, I mean, he looked like he was trying to get into Cunningham, but it wasn't really close.
State's ball, first down.
So a horse of a different color is coming out of the stable here at Kornblau Field at SV Ballard Stadium with 10:38 to play. Norfolk State with the momentum and the football with great field position, a 1st and 10 from their own 43.
Smart had all kinds of time initially there, but the pocket closed in on him a little bit just as he was letting that one go.
He's had a lot of success with the short balls here tonight. As the Monarchs have tried to go deep, they've come up empty 2 times in a row. Carter, little put shot there for no gain. Gets it off to Savage.
Old Momentum is definitely wearing green and gold right now. Savage is, the turf may attack with him there, but there wasn't a whole lot of blue shirts around him.
Doug Ripley, your thoughts as the momentum's gone to the gold and green here in Norfolk?
You kind of get the sense Old Dominion got away from what got them to that point in the first place, leading by a touchdown and a half, and Norfolk State seems to be intent on keying in on that. They have made some really nice plays when at sometimes they just haven't really been available. They've got the momentum and a great chance to potentially pull ahead.
2nd and 9, hand the ball off. Hit behind the line, but lunging forward for a couple of yards. I believe that's Savage once again on the carry. Monarchs have done a good job up front, Andy, stuffing this Norfolk State running game, but it's been Juwan Carter making plays, and we thought about that coming in. This guy's been making plays his whole NSU career, and tonight's no exception.
The numbers aren't eye-popping. He's only 146 yards, but he's got 2 touchdowns and 1 interception. But when they had to have a play, he has made it. He's made the big plays.
And here's a big play right here. You're absolutely right. A 3rd down and 7. They'll need the Monarch 47 to keep things going. Carter in the shotgun, moving right to left with his team down 3. Throws it, has a man wide open. This is Savage. 1st down and much more inside the 40 to the 38.
Savage leaked out. The Monarchs blitzed up the middle. A-gap blitz. Savage snuck out from behind the backfield. And there's nobody over there.
You send everybody. You leave your defenders out in the backfield on an island, and that time, Boykin not enough to stop Savage.
It's up the middle and off of the edge, and there's nobody out in the flats. Marcus Haynes came from the outside. Jordan Young came up the A-gap. And a good read. When you had to have a big play, Carter again with a great read, dumped it off.
Carter hands the ball off. Savage tries right tackle and gets nothing. 2nd down and about 10. Maybe a half a yard on the play.
Monarchs feel like they're on skates right now. They're sledding backwards, going the wrong way. And it's gotten very nervy in here in this brand new stadium.
Second down. When they snap it, we'll have under 8 minutes to play. It's a 17-14 Old Dominion lead over Norfolk State. Spartans driving toward what they hope will be a go-ahead score. They haven't led all night. That pass is caught wide open, and here's a great move from Justin Smith.
Smith has made a couple of good catches. He's one of the few returning receivers that they've got left on this squad from last year.
First down, Norfolk State inside the 20. Mark it at the 18-yard line. A lot of hands on hips from that Old Dominion defense now, Andy, as we get later on this high humidity day. Fatigue. First time you've had the adrenaline pumping like this in months. Both teams have to be exhausted. But when you have the energy and the momentum on your side, you get that fifth gear, and that's what Norfolk State has right now. From the 18, Carter, pass, caught. This is James inside the 10 to the 9.
They're getting open. Play fakes. They're starting to win these battles in the secondary right now. Smith made an outstanding move on the outside on that last play. And once again, James finds himself open over the middle off the play fake.
Spartans trailed 14-0 in the first. 14-6 at the half. Right now it's 17-14. Fans coming alive for both universities. Carter keeps it himself off left guard, and he gets popped. Did he get enough?
Wilder that got him. I think he's short.
Tick, tick, tick goes the clock.
He is. It's going to be 3rd and 1.
3rd and 1.
A good play by Derek Wilder, who switched from linebacker to defensive end this year.
And if you like loud stadiums, this is where the Monarchs are hoping for an advantage.
Can they play? That's a timeout. They were trying to call a timeout there, and Latrell Scott's trying to ask a question.
Norfolk State.
Norfolk State will take the second of 3 allotted timeouts. Monarchs still have 3 remaining, and a big play coming up. A 3rd and 1. The ball on the Old Dominion 9-yard line. 6:02 to play here at Kornblau Field at SB Ballard Stadium. Here we go. 6:02 to play. A 3rd and 1 for Norfolk State from the Old Dominion 9-yard line. 17-14. Monarchs lead the Spartans. But all the mo is on the side of the green and gold.
Some noise now.
Juwan Carter, high snap. Keeps it himself. First down, touchdown, first lead of the night for Norfolk State. It's 20-17 Spartans.
Oh, that's a great fake. He held that mesh point as long as he possibly could, and the defense collapsed down on the running back, and he pulled it, and there was nobody out there.
Monarchs with consecutive turnovers. They've cashed in for consecutive touchdowns for Norfolk State, and the Spartans, trailing in the first half of the first quarter, 14-0, have taken a 20-17 lead.
Watch everybody collapse down. The edge, Henry collapsed down on the running back, and then that pylon's open.
Extra points is up and good, and it's a 21-17 Norfolk State victory. Excuse me, not a victory, a lead, which they hope will turn into victory with 5:56 to go.
Now, Old Dominion has just got to get their head on straight offensively. They've been able to move the ball. It's just these turnovers had shot themselves in the foot with either turnovers or penalties their last couple of drives. Pressure's on now, though, because now you got to score. I don't know if you're going to get any other possessions in this one coming up if you don't make this count. Unless you trade 3 and outs, you're not getting another possession.
All right, Doug, here's put-up time for the home squad. And it's all fun and games when you open up the new stadium with consecutive scoring drives and have a nice lead, but a couple of out-of-characteristic for this game play calls, and you don't execute them, and Norfolk State's rolling.
Well, you know, it's one of the downsides to having a brand new stadium after an 80-plus-year-old stadium is that the creature comforts are so nice. Sometimes you can get so comfy, and next thing you know, the other team has moved in front, and I think this crowd's just starting to realize the gravity of the situation here. Norfolk State's got all the momentum, and oh, by the way, the lead with 5:56 to go.
So the Spartans, who've become turnover guys in the last 2 possessions, and more importantly, Andy, been able to convert those turnovers into touchdowns. They've got themselves something they haven't had all night long, and that's a lead.
That's the difference right there. They've turned those turnovers into a lot of points. The Monarchs have gotten 2 turnovers, and they only got 1 field goal out of it.
Blake Watson waiting for this high end over end spiral to meet him at the 10-yard line. Across the 20, 25, Watson will be taken down at the 21. Special teams tackle from Trayshawn Smith, and the Monarchs will begin 1st and 10 from their own 26, call it the 28-yard line.
That's 2 in a row for Trayshawn Smith. All right, well, he wanted to see what this boat could do when you finally put it in the water. Maybe you found some leaks in it, but you still got a chance to pull this one out.
Monarchs go with 4 wide receivers moving left to right toward the Atlantic Bay game day building, trying to make it a happy ending for this new homecoming. And here's Smarts following his blockers and then choosing his own path across the 30 to the 32.
That's not a bad call because they had some success with that early on. He just follows the running back like a lead blocker. They've gotten awful pass happy. You kind of want them to open it up a little bit, and they did on that first drive. And then they opened it up a little too much, and it started with trick plays and stuff and bad throws.
Here's Smarts looking near side. Pass caught by Williams, and that'll be out to the 37-yard line.
Just short.
And it'll be 3rd down.
And they're going to pick the tempo up here a little bit.
No huddle for Stone Smart and the Monarchs. 3rd and 1. And the ball off to Davis. He's got a 1st down and more into Norfolk State territory down to the 48-yard line.
It's a big chunk by Davis, his longest rush of the night.
I'm sure the Monarch coaches are saying, we can move the ball on these guys. Let's just get our foot out of the way of these shotgun shells. 5 minutes to play. Davis on the handoff gets nothing. Deshaun Dixon.
High snap. Smart went up for it. I don't think he had to go up as much as he did, but it threw the timing off.
Dixon among other Spartans.
Really, with all the questions and concerns about who was going to be playing center, that's the first off snap that we've seen all night. It really wasn't that bad.
Here's Smart. Straight drop back. Pass is low, incomplete, intended for Davis. He was open and had some space, but an inaccurate throw from Smart. It'll be 3rd down and 9 for Old Dominion. Clock stops with 4.5 to go. Norfolk State leading the Monarchs 21-17.
Well, you're in that territory now. You got to be thinking 4 downs here. You don't have to get it all here, but you got to get something.
Who's going to execute with 3 wides to the far side? Smart looking near side, though. He guns it. Pass is going to be caught by Kuma, who gets away from the tacklers. Inside the 30, 25, 20. Eric Kuma pushed out of bounds at the 16.
They need to find him more. That was a dangerous throw. They jumped that route. That was a hair's breadth away from being 6 the other way.
But Kuma keeps the concentration meter pegged.
I think we've got an injury down on the sideline. There's a Norfolk State player down on the Old Dominion sidelines. That's what the stoppage is.
Another look at that one on the TV side with a nice spin and run down the sideline for Kuma to the 16-yard line.
And he runs angry. After he makes the catch, he rips that ball away and just takes off down the field. Kuma has made a couple of great plays. They haven't found him as much as you'd like, but when they have found him, he is the leading receiver now. 4 catches for 65 yards after that one.
4:22 to play. 21-17 Norfolk State. Monarchs are going to have a 1st and 10 from the Spartan 16-yard line. Getting off the field is Brandon Savage, the defensive back.
He's the corner that was on Kuma that time.
Next week, the Monarchs go to Blacksburg to take on Virginia Tech at Lane Stadium. Norfolk State plays host to Virginia State next Saturday at Dick Price Stadium across town.
That may have been the biggest play of this game so far for the offense. What we just saw, that third down conversion. Something they hadn't done a whole lot of.
Not a lot of folks have left this new facility, as Stone Smart has the Monarchs with a first down in the red zone. Down by 4. You need a touchdown. Strong to his right. He'll keep it himself. Block in front of him by Moore, and out inside the 10 is Stone Smart. They'll mark it at the 10.
Another Spartan is down on the sidelines again.
Is that Dixon all the way out there on the sideline?
He's up on a knee.
You wonder at this stage about cramping, about all these types of things that can rear their ugly head in the first game.
Kind of could be. I mean, you're right. That's a long run for a defensive end to be out there. He chased Smart for a long ways. He's walking on his own.
4:13 to play here, Andy. Norfolk State has just taken a 21-17 lead. Monarchs trying to answer. The last 2 touchdowns for Norfolk State, drives that began with Old Dominion turnovers, a couple of interceptions, one on an option pass. Steve Williams was trying to throw. He playing wide receiver here tonight, and the other one by Stone Smart. Each team has 2 turnovers in this contest.
Neither of those passes were close to the receiver.
No.
And you got to give Norfolk State credit. They have made the big plays. When they had a chance to make a big play, they have made it. They took advantage of those turnovers.
First touchdown, a 67-yard connection to James from Carter. Got him on the board. And here it's a 2nd down and 4 for Old Dominion. Near hash mark, 10-yard line. Smart to throw. Keeps it himself. Off left tackle, bounces it to the far side. Tries to avoid a rusher. Does, and dives down to the 7-yard line. Looks like he's going to be a little short of the first down.
He's exciting. You got to give him that. He made about 4 guys miss before they finally got him, and another Spartan is slow to get up. He's going to stay in, although I don't know if the trainer came out, so he's going to have to come out. That's
Kyron Speller.
Speller, yeah. Defensive tackle. He's going to have to come out now because the trainers came out. To stop the clock, you got to come off for at least a play.
So, Andy, when Norfolk State had the ball, 3rd and 1, I believe it was on the Monarch 9-yard line, Juwan Carter made a nice play fake and ran to the far side for a touchdown. Here are the Monarchs in the red zone at the 7-yard line with the 3rd and 1. Stone Smart's team trailing by 4, 21-17.
I think this is Davis all the way.
Davis to the left of Stone Smart. He turns and hands the ball off to Elijah Davis inside the 5 to the 2. It'll be 1st and goal, Old Dominion, and they'll want to see that clock go tick, tick, tick if you're a Monarch fan. Meanwhile, if you're a Spartan fan and you glance over at that big Town Bank video board, it says you've got just 1 timeout remaining.
Cameron Mueller, Nick Saldiveri on the right side, getting it done.
Smart. Davis again, near side. Lala. The pile pushing. Touchdown, Old Dominion. 3:21 to go. Monarchs back in front, 23-21.
It's not over yet, but I don't know if those are cheers or sighs of relief from the crowd right now. That's what they needed to do. They put the ball on the ground. They got some good yardage. And let the running backs get their job done. You should be bigger and stronger up front than an FCS team, and you got to let that work. And, of course, the big play by Eric Kuma helps you out there, of course.
Yeah, you talk about the running game, et cetera, but that on that 3rd and long play, a bullet in traffic that Kuma caught and turned into a big gainer, biggest of the drive, helps the Monarchs into the lead. Here's Nick Rice for the extra points. That one is good, and it's a 24-21 Old Dominion lead. 3:21 to go. Again, Norfolk State with 1 timeout remaining. Well, not a bad opening night here, Andy, huh?
A little more nervy than we were expecting, that's for sure, if you're a Monarch fan.
I think those that saw the folks in the desert think this was going to be a blowout were wrong. And I thought they were wrong 4 days ago.
And this is not the first CUSA team that's fought on their first night. I mean, Western Kentucky just lost to an FCS team last night, and UAB, the conference champion, was in an absolute dogfight against the SWAC team up until the last quarter, also last night.
Central Arkansas defeated the Hilltoppers 35-28. UAB hung on to beat Alabama State 24-19. But when you talk about a UAB and Alabama State, it's kind of the same thing here, Andy. Norfolk State and Old Dominion. These folks know each other.
Yeah,
they in and out. And so forget about the records and what you're doing, what level you are. And you add into that, Stu, the fact that it's the first game.
Alabama State is not that far away from UAB.
Right.
They are very well aware of each other. They played each other in FCS days as well.
Tremont Talbert among the returners waiting for this Brad Davis kickoff. See if he can find the end zone. This is a high, short end-over-ender that Talbert takes at the 4-yard line. On the far side at the numbers at the 20, and he's brought down there at the 22-yard line with 3 minutes and 16 seconds to play.
Well, now pressure switches to the other side. You had to fight and claw your way back into this. You got the lead, and now you're down again with 3:16 to go. What has Carter got left?
Now, if you're on the Old Dominion defensive side, you're saying, listen, our offense gave these guys great field position a couple of times in a row. Now it's more normal. Let's go out there and play our game and see if we can contain Juwan Carter. If you're Norfolk State, you're thinking just keep on keeping on because you've had 2 touchdown drives in a row.
They got 1 timeout left because they had to take a couple defensively, so that could come back to haunt them.
Remember, clock stops after every first down in college ball. So from the 22, they start with a run to Savage up the gut. He gets to the 25. Juwan Ross on the tackle.
I think this is going to be a improved Norfolk State team. I think they hit jackpots with DeKendall James. When they got him in as a transfer, that guy is super fast and can make a lot of plays.
2nd and 7 from the 25. Carter to throw. Far side pass is going to be caught. Jordan Young ushers the receiver out of bounds short of the first down. That's Savage again.
Here's a big play here. It's going to be, let's see where they marked that. It'll be 3 yards, 3rd and 3.
3rd and 3. And they're rolling the clock under 2:40 to go. Obviously, it's 4-down territory for the Spartans.
No huddle either. Spartans are going to pick up the tempo.
Here's Carter. Looking. Pass is going to be incomplete. Lance Boykin on the defense there, keeping the ball from getting to Marquay Ellington.
Waiting for him to make a play. He got burned on one play earlier. This time he gets there and knocks that thing down. And that was a big guy he was going against. That is Ellington, who goes 6'6", 210. And Carter's 6'3". Very rare is he undersized, but he took advantage that time and was able to knock it away.
It's getting loud in here, Andy. 4th down and 2. This could be the ball game.
And because they had to use timeouts on the defense, they have to go for it now on 4th down.
Carter needs the 32-yard line. He's back to throw. Still back to throw. Does he have room to get the first down? Yes, he does. I believe he's there.
Oh, that is close, but I think he just got it.
Garner came up to make the tackle for Old Dominion, but that'll be 1 yard further than he needed. Juwan Carter making another play. Tick, tick, tick goes the clock at 2:14.
That guy needs to be named third pedal. He is clutch.
And that's a penalty against the offensive tackle, right side, Terrell Lipscomb. Again, when you get to this stage of the ball game, it's anxiety, it's fatigue, it's drama, it's
noise
pressure.
Noise isn't helping him either.
Yep.
Remains first down.
Missed an opportunity to hear our referee, Billy Williams. I apologize for that.
Waiting for him to start singing. He sounds like a lounge singer.
The dulcet tones of Billy Williams calling a foul against Norfolk State. All right, 1st down and 15.
Somewhere.
24-21 Old Dominion. Heading toward the 2-minute mark here at Cornblau Field at SB Ballard Stadium. Opening night for this $70 million facility. Carter, play action pass. Caught there by Hewlett across the 30. Jordan Young on the tackle. Tick, tick, tick.
Showed blitz, backed out of it. Good coverage by Jordan Young. Hewlett It's a good running back who doesn't have the quicks in the open space that Aaron Savage does.
Less than 100 seconds to go. Short gains aren't going to help you much. It's 2nd down and 12 right now. They bring the house. Carter throws over the middle. Passes intercepted. Lance Boykin for Old Dominion coming near side. He'll trot out of bounds at the Norfolk State 36.
Smart play. Imagine the sideline screaming at him to get down or get out of bounds, and he did. Told you this guy was a stud. You got to watch him. He's made a couple of big plays, and he may have made the biggest play of the game for Old Dominion.
Stepped in front. Boykin with the play.
Pressure coming on him. They had a free rusher coming. He just kind of threw it out there, and Boykin ran the route for the receiver at that point. Just took over, snatched it. He played a little bit last year as a true freshman. 10 games, 5 starts, 1 interception, and 24 tackles.
Doug, how loud did it get during that drive?
They picked up the intensity, starting really with that 3rd down prior to the 4th that was converted. Folks really came alive there, and, of course, a big roar, as you just heard a second ago, on that pick.
Eric Kuma, the huge play on that game-breaking play that gave the Monarchs the momentum to get into the end zone. Just about 3 minutes to go. Give them a 24-21 lead, and then the 3rd turnover of the day from Norfolk State ends up being the dagger. Victory formation for Bobby Wilder and the Monarchs. Style points, I don't think, matter nearly as much week 1 as they do any other week during the season, Andy.
I don't think you got any style points tonight, but you're right. They don't matter very much right now.
Well, I think if you're a Norfolk State fan, you have to be saying Juwan Carter has a new favorite target, and it's DeKendall James, the redshirt freshman out of Portsmouth Christian. And he came via Coastal Carolina, and he is a game breaker. We saw it tonight. And if you're a Monarch fan, you saw Stone Smart be very efficient. You saw a defense that, when given the opportunity, could make some plays. Especially that defensive line was better. Now, again, is it a fair adjustment or a fair assessment when you're playing against an FCS team? No, but it's what you've got. And the Monarchs tonight showed some things that I think defensively have to hearten their fans.
Yeah, they did look better tonight. They looked like what we were told they were going to look like. They looked fast. They looked like they were hot coming off of the edges. Ryan Henry and Marcus Haynes were causing havoc coming off of the edges. They got good plays from the improved secondary. Obviously, Lance Boykin, one of them. But they looked better. Now, again, it is an FCS team, but I think Norfolk State played probably above their level when they came in here looking to spoil the party.
And if you're a Spartan fan, you've got to be heartened by what you saw here tonight.
Oh, yeah. I mean, they look just as good as they ever did last year. They stopped the run a little better than they did last year.
Another victory formation snap for Stone Spartan, the Monarchs, and with the Spartans out of timeouts, that will do it. Bobby Wilder will cross the field to shake hands with Latrell Scott, and the Monarchs will get ready to play Virginia Tech next week with a 1-0 record. Spartans will go home to Dick Price Stadium to face Virginia State, looking for their first win of the season. Good ball game here tonight. Monarchs take an early lead. Spartans battle back. Final score, Old Dominion 24 and Norfolk State 21 for Andy Mishaw and Doug Ripley. I'm Ted Alexander saying so long from Cornblow Field at SB Ballard Stadium. Final score, Old Dominion 24, Norfolk State 21. All games airing on the ESPN networks are streaming live and archived on the ESPN app. This has been a presentation of ESPN.
You're listening to Old Dominion University football on the ODU Sports Radio Network. Today's broadcast of Old Dominion University football has been presented by Team Monarch Partners Pepsi, the official soft drink of ODU Athletics.